Welcome back to another episode of the Suffer Up podcast with Nate and Ryan and our good friends Stacy and Mark in the studio today, or we should just say the shop. For those of you, if you have not listened to this to our podcast before, we are the Suffer Up channel, where our mission is to encourage and lead others to suffer with a purpose. We help others strive to level up in life with an emphasis on spiritual, mental, and physical well-being. That is what we do here. We enjoy doing the hard, challenging things and bringing others along with us. Today's episode, we are going to be discussing the Southern States 200 that our good friend Mark endured, and he could not have done it without his amazing wife, Stacy, alongside of her and his crew as well. So with all of that, we do want to take a moment and give a very special thank you and shout out to our supporters and sponsors of the channel. First and foremost, Soft Socks, veteran-owned company located here locally that makes a toe sock that is compression fitting to your feet. We wear them on all of our long runs, and they have endured and stood the test of the hard miles that we put in them. If you would like to try a pair, please go over to our link tree in the description of this podcast and click on the link below and use discount code SUFFER10 to receive 10% off at checkout. And our new supporter of the channel that we are now affiliated and partnered with is Muck Enders Wipes. We have discovered them on our runs, and we have absolutely enjoyed them for cleaning up aid stations and cleaning some of the dirt, grime, dust, and sand that seems to accumulate on our skin. They are safe, if you will, or plant-based, and with no harsh chemicals, and we enjoy that part of them. We love them and have definitely enjoyed them. If you would like to try a pair, or not a pair, but a box of Muck Enders wipes, please go over to our link tree that is also in the description of this podcast and use that affiliate link, or you can use discount code SUFFERUP to receive 10% off at checkout. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning into this episode with our friends Mark and Stacy as we recap and review the Southern States 200.
Man, well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
So, you mind if I do something real quick?
Go ahead.
I brought a couple gifts.
Oh, you did?
For you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
So presents before we start here?
Yeah, just before we start. This is well, I'll let you open it, but a Pensacola vintage postcard thing. This is for you.
Oh, thank you.
Since you're an out-of-towner.
Oh, yeah.
Just moved in.
Northern boy that came to Florida.
And then,
thank you so much.
And Ryan, I have a military, the history of the military here on the Pensacola Bay.
Cool, thank you.
So it's a cool book put out by the local association. And then
Swedish fish.
and then a friend of ours does some sauce. So I put you some local barbecue sauce.
I had no idea
in there.
that he did that.
So
that is awesome.
Anyway,
thank you so much for your.
No,
oh, okay, different red.
Billy. Yeah.
Okay.
Should really be the other way
good.
around. We should be bringing you guys a gift for getting on the show, but here we
It's
are.
like the Sean Ryan show, but in reverse.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does do gifts. I mean,
Yeah, and it's like probably sponsored to come on and like all that stuff. We're not there
Yeah.
yet, but one day. So one day when we get there, we'll be sure to keep you in mind.
thank you. I appreciate it.
So yeah, we're here to talk about the Southern States 200. Let's recap, let's go back just a minute and let's hear just a little bit about you guys. So Mark, Stacy, just a brief introduction of who you guys are, where you guys met, how long you've been married, and just a little bit of brief background of who you are.
I'll let you do how long we've been married. I'll do some of the other stuff. But no, my dad was in the military, and he moved to Pensacola to go through flight school. And so the first day they got Liberty, got to go off base, he met my mom. He actually went to the wrong church first, but they got him to the right church. It's another whole story. But she was playing the piano, and he did notice her when he walked in. But he had been kind of cooped up, on base for a little while. But anyway, long story short, they ended up getting married. He got out of the military here in Pensacola, and he's from New Jersey. And he said he never met anybody saving up for a trip to New Jersey. So he decided that he would move down here to Pensacola, Florida. Everybody's wanting to come to Florida, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's how I got here. He got out of the military, started a real estate company, and then I was born the same year that he started the real estate company, and back in '74. And then I grew up here all my life and went to college. And the first day of our second semester is where I was in line to buy books. And she was standing right in front of me. And I was like, wow, this is a good day. So I didn't know what to say to her, but other than just ask her, what is your name? So I did.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah, we started there. And so we were required to go to chapel. So the first chapel service, her seat was directly in front of mine out of 3,500 students.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured that was another sign, good sign. And anyway, so a few years later, after we graduated college, we got married and stayed here in Pensacola. And we have 3 kids.
Nice. So very good.
How long have we been married?
30 years in June.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So,
that's awesome.
Guys.
Just getting started.
Just getting started. I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
And what about you, Stacy? What's a little bit of your background and kind of who you are?
I am from Tampa, Florida, and my dad was in the Air Force and then became a police officer. And then moved here for college. And actually, when I was 16, and we met when I was 17, and we got married when I was 20.
Oh, wow.
So
That's awesome. So you were in
Well,
college at the age of 17 then?
started when I was 16.
Wow.
Yes.
You don't see here that much anymore.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah,
You didn't
that's
tell us
awesome.
you were super smart.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I figured, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
To
that-
balance you two
I mean,
out.
the obvious things are just going said, right?
yeah.
No.
No, that's awesome. Very good.
So that's y'all's like personal history, but you guys have been doing crazy endurance events and exercise type things for a long time now, right?
Yeah. I would say when she got pregnant with our first son, I gained their second one, I gained 20 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And so
I thought it was 25, but
it might have been.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
She
Hey,
was
you
too
said-
smart
you're
for
only
it.
allowed
Yeah.
15. It's the sympathy 15.
So I think I decided that I needed to do something. And so I think I signed up for a 5K.
5K. Mm-hmm.
And that was before you started running
Right.
or doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to say I led in that category, but it was out of necessity. I was trying to stay alive. And I was continuing to grow until we had that child,
Yeah.
Braden, right?
Yes, he was a
Our
few months.
second.
He was a few months
So
old,
thankful.
and you signed up for a 5K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do something.
Okay.
So that was my initial
Mm-hmm.
entrance to it. And then
So that was 25 years ago.
And
Yeah.
so you
Mhm.
were what, 25?
25.
Yeah.
Around 25
27.
or 27. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's never too late to start.
No.
I took a sabbatical after that while the kids were growing, and so was I again. And honestly, I mean, I've told this story like when I've been running with people.
Yeah.
I remember giving marriage counsel when they didn't even ask for it. On marathons, you do a lot of stuff when you get oxygen deprived and you're
Sure.
very open sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I remember in Providence, Rhode Island, we were running the Cox Rhode Island Marathon. And this young couple they were telling me their story. They're fixing to get married.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went through my normal, how I got into running. Normally you ask people that so that
Yeah.
you can let them just talk and you can breathe.
Yeah.
But anyway, I decided to go into, I was sitting on the couch, actually in the recliner one day. I had a Coke in this hand. It was a Coke. And I had a remote control in this hand. And she kissed me goodnight because she was very consistent, regimented. She would get up and run in the mornings. She'd go to bed early, which when you go to bed late, you tend to get up later. So like we were like passing like this.
Mm.
She was going out and exercising. So I was telling this couple, I said the secret to a good marriage is like you need to go to bed when your wife does and then wake up when she does. I was telling the guy this. And but anyway, so back to sitting in the recliner. I'm sitting there, she gave me a kiss goodnight, and it was like the Holy Spirit just said, that's the last kiss goodnight you're gonna get unless you change some things.
Ooh.
And so I was kind of taken back. It was not an audible voice. It was just in my head, and it was like so apparent that I went, okay, roger that, as you would do in the military. And I turned the TV off, went to bed. I didn't go out and run. I went to bed and then got up the next morning, started walking. And because I was in no shape, I was like 220 some pounds, which is like I mean, I'm still considered obese for my height, according
There's
to the
no
charts.
way.
I know they're wrong. But anyway, yeah, it was, so that was the situation. I was like, you know, over 220.
Wow.
And I said, I got to do something.
And you're what now, like 170?
No, well,
180?
I'm still like 180 something,
Okay.
almost 190.
It's pretty good for a man of your size.
Depends
You're
on,
big and tall, so
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, 6'8", so I mean,
they can't see it now.
but anyway, I just got up and started walking. Then I would walk a little bit more, jog.
Nice.
And then I got to where I did 19 miles one night. I would go out.
Wow.
Sometimes I would get up and just, cause I couldn't sleep, I'd go out and walk. So then, I ended up on a park bench on Bayou Boulevard, Pensacola, Florida. And when I woke up, I used to like run late at night with my pistol, just, in case I need to use it.
Yeah.
I woke up and I'm looking up at this sign. You remember MetLife? Get Med, it pays.
Yeah.
On their billboard, they used to change out their little sayings that said, "Here's your sign." And so I just kind of took that as like, okay, here's your sign. Get up.
That's awesome.
So anyway, I went on back to our house and probably went to bed or just went to work. And that's kind of how it all got started. Is I really needed to change some things and get on the same page. And so that's what I did.
It's awesome.
So
I think to piggyback on that, he did that 19-miler, and I had been doing full marathons. And I asked him, I said, "What marathon are you training for?" Because he had done 19 miles, and he's like, "I'm not." And I was like, "Good grief, if you can do 19 miles, you need to
You're
sign
almost
up
there.
for a
Yeah.
marathon." So he signed up for his first marathon. It's about the shirt, and it was in Fairhope
yeah,
in September, which Fairhope,
Yeah.
Alabama, to train for a marathon
it's a
in
little
Florida
soggy.
during the summer.
Yeah.
And he had sideways rain. It was like a monsoon for all 26 miles. But the deal
Hurricane
was,
season.
Yeah,
because we're a little competitive, is that if he would do a full marathon, I would do a triathlon because I did not like swimming. So my first triathlon was the Santa Rosa Island Triathlon the week after Fairhope. So
that's right.
he did the full marathon, and we both did the Tri, which was a sprint triathlon the next week. And then that just grew. And then we've done multiple triathlons, marathons. And so that was kind of how his marathon beginning
Yeah.
started.
I remember the kids. It was a Sunday morning early. Pensacola used to have a marathon and half marathon.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Pensacola Marathon. Blue Angel Classic, I think, or Blue Angel.
Years
Years
ago,
ago.
and then it changed
Now
to
they just have the half, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I went and signed up for that on Thursday. I trained on Friday, and I took a rest day because I heard that was something you do. And then I went
You tapered.
I tapered
Yeah.
Saturday, got up and I was gone Sunday morning, which was not unusual during that time because I was out trying to get in good shape. And so they're sitting at the dinner or at breakfast, and I told the boys, I said, and they were young too, weren't they?
Uh-huh.
I said, "Look, in case something happens, this is where I'm going to be, but don't tell Mom." So I used her watch because I didn't have something I could keep track of. And if you don't have it, it's like you never ran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially
So-
now. If it's not
Yeah.
on Strava, it doesn't exist.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like she's sitting there eating and I'm out running this half marathon, and she's like, you were putting like 2 and 2 together. The boys
Uh-huh.
are kind of like smiling, trying not to say anything, but she's like, "Your dad went and ran that half marathon, didn't he?" Wait a minute. Did he do the full? You remember you were
Yeah, I was
That's
I'm like,
concerned.
"Oh no, we got to go." So anyway, they headed down there. I finished that. It was brutal. And then on her watch, I saved it. You can go in and edit the name of the run.
Yeah.
Mark's first and last half marathon.
Wow.
So it's
Okay.
still in there
Awesome.
somewhere.
So there's like a trend with you though, because you did that in secret.
Mhm.
But then we're gonna get to
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But the Southern States was also kind of a little bit of a secret, and we'll open that in just a minute. But one thing I do want to just like hit pause on, I was reminded hearing y'all's story of how like, sorry, Mark, right? But you were kind of in
Yeah.
a slight state, I would say, maybe apathy
No, normal.
Abnormal. Okay. Yeah. Okay. However you want to look at it, right?
Average.
You were
Average. That's right.
I
it's
envision
average.
this dad who's like overwhelmed with work, with life, with all this stuff, and you just kind of fall into the easy rut, right?
Mhm.
And I was reminded, Stacy, of Proverbs 31 and what that looks like and what Proverbs 31 wife looks like. And I'm thankful for wives in our lives. Yes. No, I'm looking at you, but I'm talking about Stacy.
Yeah.
And a verse
Mhm.
that came to mind was Proverbs 31, verse 26, when it says, she opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teachings of kindness is on her tongue. She looks well to the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness.
Mm.
And that really spoke to me. And like, Stacy saw a slight deficiency in the house, and that's what makes marriage so awesome, is that we're a team.
Mm.
And it correlates so much. Like, even though it was like physical movement, but physical movement also produces so many other positive benefits within the house. And an idle father, an idle man of the house is not ideal, right?
Right.
And so awesome to see change, but the teamwork there is the biggest thing that I saw from that. And that's just an awesome, powerful story there. So for our listeners of like, lean into your wife and what she has to say. Don't take it as offensive or like, oh, just get off my back. You don't understand what I'm going through, which is so easy for us men to do.
Mhm.
But listen to that gentle voice, because God's using that. So
Yeah.
but
I love how
good.
you guys did challenge each other, and you guys pushed each other, even though you were at different levels.
Mhm.
Stacy's still the fast one. I'm assuming that she was faster than you
Man,
back
I
then
used to be,
too.
no, I used to be faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I got into triathlon. And then she got into triathlon. I got faster.
Okay.
So I got to do something different. Ultras. Okay.
Well, even if
Okay.
you guys were on different levels.
Acceptable. Quesadillas, you can eat a lot.
Yeah. And she's
yeah.
pushing you to do that marathon,
Yeah.
but you pushed her to do something that was out of her comfort zone a little
Yes.
bit by doing that triathlon. That's
Yes.
just really cool that you don't have to be exactly the same or be at the same pace or even like the same exact sport, but you're just pushing each other in different ways and promoting that growth all around.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. So that is what started your running journey. Obviously, it was kind of done together, which is awesome. Even your kids are involved. And even to this day, like, your son is out there doing it with his now wife and
Mhm.
and your daughter and all this stuff. So you guys have really built this legacy behind doing physically challenging things, and that movement is awesome.
Yeah.
So you ran your first 100, which would have been the Mamba, correct? That was your first 100?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
you did that, and
Mhm.
like, we can hit that on another episode, that whole journey.
Yeah.
But that
I was kind of forced into doing that.
you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we can, like I said, we can.
So you didn't want to do that 100?
No, I did
All
not.
right, let's touch on that. What happened? How did you
Well-
get forced into this?
I was signed up to do a different 100, but it was like 6 months later.
Yes. So you
Yeah.
were signed up for Southern States 100
100.
in March of 25.
Yeah.
My mom got sick.
Yeah.
And
Had to go in for open heart surgery. Surgery started on the day of the 100 that the 100 was going to start. You know, the Friday at Cave Springs.
Yeah.
Starts the 100.
Yeah.
And so I, kind of going back to making wise decisions, it was not going to be a wise decision to be running that race while Stacy is back there tending to the family emergency situation that came up. And it just worked out. I mean, the Lord worked it out where I was home for that, and it's kind of relieved because I was not trained up as good as I should have been, as I normally am. Let's say that. No. Yeah. So it was, I mean, that's why that was kind of what led to pushing that off. But if you back up before that, we have a son in the military who's getting deployed. Stacy likes to do something while he's away. So she signed up. She said, I'm going to run a 100. And I've been asking her about doing an ultra for a little while, and it was not on her radar. And then all of a sudden the last time you did you trained for a half Ironman, I think. Anyway, she likes to do something during that to, just to kind of stay focused. And so she said, I think I'm going to sign up for this Mamba 100. It's in Memphis, Tennessee. It's really, it's a neat neat run now that we've done it.
Yeah.
And it's in the rearview mirror. So anyway, I was like, man, I can not do that and everybody else go run 100, or I can go there and run it. So at a weak moment, I said, yeah, I'll do it with you. So
Because it wasn't just Stacy that was going to do it. It was.
Well, I had asked my daughter-in-law,
Yeah.
Hannah, to pace me, and she said, sure. And then about a week later, she said, hey, if I'm going to pace you, would you mind if I just ran it with you? And I was like, sure. So
this
then,
is before we knew what the difference between pacing and actually running an
Big
ultra
difference.
is.
yes.
Big difference.
So then
We were all very naive. We just didn't know.
it ended up where it was going to be Mark, myself, and Hannah, my daughter-in-law, running it. And then we were going to have my daughter, Lauren, son, Braden, and then my daughter-in-law's mom crewing for us. So 3 runners, 3 crew. We get to packet pickup, which is the night before Mamba 100. And my daughter, Lauren, and the mother-in-law, Nicole, decide to sign up for the 100-mile race. So now we have 5 runners running it and only our son, Braden, crewing for 5 people,
Yeah.
4 of which are women.
Oh, wow. What a saint.
He was a trooper, and
He did 58 miles during that.
Crewing and pacing.
Yeah.
And taking care of the dog.
Yeah.
Starbucks coffee run. All these.
Wow. What a man.
Yeah.
Put more miles in than everybody.
So anyway, that long story short, that's how
Yeah.
I was kind of forced to do it. Is they were all going to do it, and I was going to be there anyway.
And you guys got to finish all together, right? Isn't that how the
Yeah.
race worked out?
Yep.
That's incredible.
We didn't run the same race. We all went different directions.
I
Yeah.
went through the pain cave at different times,
yeah.
but God worked it out where we all met up.
Yeah.
That's
I
incredible.
read a book. Greg Schnorr.
Okay.
Y'all.
Yeah.
I think y'all. Yeah. He ran
Yeah.
the Suffer Up Punch Out.
Yeah.
And anyway, great guy. He said he wrote a book, and I read it, and in there he said in ultras you don't you have to run your own race. Even if you go as a group, you better run your own race. And of course, we all sitting here understand that now. I did not understand it then, but you all go. I did a couple 50 milers, so I knew that you go through the pain cave at different times, and it's hard to predict when she's going to go through one. I mean, you just can't. You can't
know.
do it. You
Yeah.
don't know. So, so we decided we're just going to run the race. But we all, like I said, I mean, I was out there. I think I was at mile 68 or something when I finally. We all ended up at the same aid station. We didn't stay together even then. Several, like Lauren was out doing her thing. Nicole went ahead because she was feeling good. And I come into the aid station and I look and I see, and I was like, holy cow, I didn't know everybody was like on death's doorstep. I was texting the group and I said, I feel like Dr. Phil out here helping these other people,
Yeah.
like get through their bad times. Like, why are you going to quit and all this kind of stuff? And I'm telling them, don't die in the chair, all this stuff, we've heard. Anyway, I get to that aid station. They're all like sitting around the fire. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I figured I better start feeling bad then, along with everybody.
Join the club.
Yeah. Anyway, we did run a little bit more together, got split up a little bit more. And then mile 80, I think it was 86 or 80, right around there. We all ended up back in the aid station together, and we decided to stay together and finish it all out. So
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Very good.
death march last 14 miles.
Yes.
So you did that. That 100 was the end of last year.
Yeah.
November of 2025.
Yeah.
And then what happened in your brain where you thought, it's time to go jump to 200 now?
Well, another weak moment. I was 4 or 5 days after a run. You're like, okay, I'm feeling good. I think I need to do something, So you start looking around, and I was already, David Tosh, the race director of the Southern States. I talked to him, and he graciously was able to defer me to the next year because of that situation. So I already had a credit in there for the 100. And so I'm like most people that get into this thing, they're like, okay, I did a 5K. What about a 10K?
Yeah.
What about a half marathon? So I'm thinking of that. Like I got ready to sign up for that 100. I'm like, that doesn't scare me. I know I just did that, and I know I can do that.
Even though it was a completely different race in the mountains.
Yeah. I didn't take all that into consideration.
I just saw the number.
There was like
200.
What was there? 2,400 feet elevation in Mamba or something, somewhere around there. And that's basically down in ditches or something, maybe 1,200. It was not much.
Yeah. And probably
it's a good, very good.
100 for Southern States, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, right. For the 100
version would have been.
Yeah, the 100.
So a little bit different there.
Yeah. So it probably would have been a good step to just do that. Yeah, it would have been a hard. I mean, that last half it's got a lot. It's like 16,000. I think it's 16,000.
It's hilly,
somewhere around there.
Wow.
16,000 feet elevation, and then like at the end, as we got to witness, she and I did. There's 1,100 feet of gain in like the last. Oh man, 6 feet. No, no, it's probably the last 4 miles or something. There's a lot of gain in that rate, or at that, because you end at Mount Cheehaw.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the highest point in Alabama. I think it's 2,400 feet. But there's a lot of ups and downs leading to that.
So
anyway,
we'll resurface the thing that I said, like you and being Mr. Secretive for your other story when you were out running that half marathon. My family was ill, and you came by and brought coffee. So thank you for that, by the way. Again, it was very kind, and it was a good pick me up. The whole house was sick, and you came by and brought us coffee, which is really thoughtful. We were in the driveway, and I asked you, like, hey, congrats on your Mamba finish, because I don't think I had seen you since then.
Yeah.
And I said, so what's next? And you're like, well, I think
I just said Southern States.
Yeah, Southern States. But you had this like typical Mark, like slight sarcasm, Southern States. But I'm not going to tell you any more than that. And I was like, something's up. And so we kind of like put the conversation. I don't want to say.
Never said anything.
Stacy doesn't know anything about this. I'm like, oh, so you're now I'm guilty by association.
You're like,
so then I get in the house and I go, okay, Southern States, go and ultra sign up. I click on the distance and I'm scrolling through one. Surely he's going to do the 100.
Wait, there's a 50?
Yeah. So I scroll through the 100. I'm like, Mark's not, what's he talking about? And I just like, oh, there's a 200. Click on that one. And then like halfway down, Mark Porter.
Oh my
no. So I immediately texted you. I'm like, Stacy doesn't know about this? He's like, nope. I said, okay. And I will keep it quiet.
Just like every good kid that can't keep a secret. I get a phone call and he's like, dude, Mark signed up for, don't say anything, but Mark signed up for the 200. I was like, what are you talking about? He just finished 100 and barely made it.
Yeah. The next was an Instagram post. Don't say anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. So then let's go through, when did you break the news to Stacy that you were going to be enduring a 200 miler?
It was actually within a couple of days of that, I think. We're laying there in bed and she's like, I can just picture her. She like opens her eyes and she goes, did you sign up for the 200?
She just knew.
When you've been together for a while, you kind of
pick
figure.
It up.
Yeah. She probably knew that I was, she could see it in my eyes or something. Because when you sign up for, like, that's kind of back to what made you do that. When you sign up for something that like scares you a lot, like I might not be able to finish this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a good chance I won't. But I mean, so anyway, that's why I signed up for it, because it was like going to be really hard, and I've been trying to do hard things that will like stretch you to. But that scared me.
When you think
that's
about
why I signed up for it.
100 miler, it's gonna be a multi-day thing for most of us because we can't quite get it done in 24 hours. But it's not truly like a multi-day race where you're planning on sleeping and spending a lot of time there. But the 200 definitely. You're in that multi-day thing where you were looking at it going, this is going to be a 4-day event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no way of getting around that. I mean, unless you're a really, really good runner and very highly trained, then there's no way of getting around that. It's going to be at least 3-4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was a total change of pace for you. And definitely something that would scare most people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it scared me. It scared me bad. Bad enough to really like go get a weight vest, go start doing some like training every day.
Yeah, to actually try train.
Try.
I mean, most of your life you just been able to skate by.
You can't. Yeah, you just can't. You just can't skate by on one of those. I mean, it's. She's laying there and she goes, "You signed up for the 200," and I said yes. And so I went on to bed, and she's laying awake thinking about this. She's like, thanks a lot. I said, well, you asked me right before we were going to bed.
Oh man.
But yeah, so so that's something is like when you sign up for something like really hard, whatever it is. I mean, there's all kinds of things, like a class in college that is going to stretch you or whatever it is. Like every day, I woke up thinking about it throughout the day. I mean, it's like always on your mind.
Consumes you, yeah.
It can consume you. And so, and it like something like that probably should, because if it doesn't, I don't know, you're different.
Yeah.
But
you have to be focused.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's a good chance that you will not finish.
Yeah.
There's already a good chance
You
that
can't.
will not finish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big undertaking.
Yeah.
So to be focused on it is kind of a requirement.
Yep. Yeah, I would say you need to act on just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hard part for me, is I can think a lot about stuff, but then actually going into action and doing something is a different story. And that's where I think a lot of people end up failing, is because of that, because they just don't do the action.
That's true. It could be a dream all day long, but then finally putting it pen to paper is a whole nother commitment. And ultra sign up, having a DNS is not fun. I'd rather have the DNF than a DNS.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got one of those. Totally understand.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna happen if you do it long enough, most likely.
Before you go on the same note of the secretive thing, later, probably later that week, I think there was a men's bar meeting, and I went to the bar meeting. Said something to Mark, and he was just, I was standing there with him and his son Braden, and I alluded to the race, and Mark goes, yeah, there's only 2 of us here that know about what you're talking about. And I was like, oh, okay. Your son doesn't know yet. Got it. And then later on, I go to their house, and I'm talking with Stacy, and she's kind of hinting at stuff, and I'm kind of hinting at it, but neither of us want to say that we know, because I still didn't know.
Who knows and who doesn't know before.
And then Mark comes over and he's like, oh, good, you guys are talking. Have you talked about the race? And we're like, you know.
Okay.
It's the big elephant in the room.
Yeah. The fewer people that know, if you were to fail, the fewer people that know.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Accountability,
Stacey,
though.
Yeah,
I made sure I told everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She changed all that for us.
Very good.
Wow.
So let's dive into the actual race, right? So you are a Southern States 200 finisher.
Yeah.
But we can work through this however you would like. Yeah.
Stacy.
But let's kind of start from like your journey through the race, from packet pickup to the start line and the race directors, how all that panned out and worked out. And high level, though, you had a very good experience as far as the actual race is concerned, correct?
Yeah.
So however you want to navigate that, let's go through the race. And now it's 200 miles. So this it's a lot.
This could take a few days.
Yeah. This is a multi-stage podcast. So
okay.
We can do whatever, but just walk us through kind of the start line, packet pickup, and those first initial waking up the day of, all that.
Okay, so like once I got signed up for it, they had a Southern States training camp.
Okay,
so I thought that's going to be a good idea to go to, because you're going to run the last 2 sections, or the last section plus another one, like 2 sections before the last. So you're going to know, you're going to kind of have some intel on how this Mount Cheaha is like it's like a big elephant in the room. Everybody has to run up that, or go up it, hike it, whatever, crawl up it. So everybody's got to get up it, and it's all the way at the end of 200 miles. It's at the end of 190 miles, basically. Yeah, it's at the finish. So, so I decided I'm going to go up there and go to that camp. I asked you, if the dates and all that stuff would work, and so it worked out where I was able to go up there, and there was only like 5 people that were there, and there was like 6 or 7 speakers. So all these people had done multi-day events. So the intel that you get from something like that, I mean, is valuable. Now, of course, you can go online and stuff, but when you can sit there and ask questions, it was great. Got to meet the race director again. I'd run another race with him, Lake Martin, David Tosh. And so he puts that one on, really good race. But I did a 50 miler there, got to meet him there, but then got reacquainted. And so before that, leading up to it, I'd asked him for, he had just run like a 500K. What is that? 300 and some miles?
Yeah, something like that.
And he had run Moab 240. So he had some experience on multi-day events. So got good intel as far as how, sleep strategy and all that kind of thing. But I got to meet some really great people. One of the speakers has done the Antarctica, the Arrowhead, some of these that you'll recognize as being really cold. She got frostbite, lost her fingers. I mean, some really legit type people that have done really hard things.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, all the people had done the Southern States 200, so they all had really good information on it. So I went to that and got to run the last up the hill to Mount Cheehaw, and got to see what that was like. And it was like, it's not as bad as I thought. But I also had just woken up that morning and eaten a nice breakfast, gone out, Anyway, totally different. I didn't even recognize the place when the second time I saw it.
Still light through a different lens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I came through that was in the daylight. The one that I had run before, I was like, I think Braden ran that one with me. It was like 2 sections before the end. And it was in the dark. So it's like a neat little thing that I was going to make sure I showed him, and we got pictures by. I don't even remember it. So missed that one. But anyway, it was good intel. So I went to that, and then they all were talking about weight vest training.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a month and a half out, I think. Yeah, it was like a month and a half. And so I started doing a lot of, not necessarily running with a weight vest, but hiking. And every walk that I went on, I put it on. I was doing like 75 hard during that, and it ended a few days before the race started. And so all my workouts were with that weight vest, if it was not like lifting weights.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how
stair climber.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah. Hannah told me I need to do
elevation.
that. Yeah. It's hard to simulate elevation here. I ran some out of our neighborhood. There's a couple of good hills in there that I was able to go up and down for a while. So
nice,
but
very good. So you guys stayed in a hotel though the day of the race, correct?
Yes.
Or the day before, obviously.
Yeah.
So packet pickup, was there anything special with packet pickup?
Yeah, I wasn't signed up.
I
showed up there to get my bib, and something happened. I mean, I was getting all the emails, the notifications, everything, but they said sometimes that happens when they hit the Excel printout for the checkoff. My name was not on there.
I could see that. Yeah.
So as I started out like that, it was a noon start, so it wasn't in the dark, so it was kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
And we had driven around and seen where it was going to be and stuff like that. So, I got up there to get my bib really a few minutes before we were going to take off.
Yeah.
And
because packet pickup was just come before the race.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a noon start.
Mm-hmm.
Just had to come in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got in the morning or right at noon.
Yeah.
It was pretty close to the race start. I got my transponder, that kind of, that's something I kind of always dreamed about, was being one of those little blips on that map that's traveling down the trail. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's great.
It is cool because you get to watch influencers online like Andy Glaze and these big name guys out there with their little tracker.
Yeah.
Follow them. And
I'm going to be one of those.
You were one of those.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah, it was neat. I didn't show up on the tracker though for a little while. I think I had a team, and we had a team chat. And so I get this message, "Hey, you're not showing up." And you're like, "Don't tell him that."
Well, my thing was like, I didn't want you to, like, if it wasn't powered on, I'd rather you discover that early than later on. And because I'd
rather discover that in an aid station, not on the trail.
Yeah. But I mean, like at the beginning, I'm like, did you forget to turn it on? Because I'd hate for you to like not get credit or people not be able to see that you ran that distance. Because I know that trail can have some snail trails off of it.
Oh yeah.
Not get disqualified for whatever reason. But yeah.
Can I back up?
Yeah.
All right. We had to put together a team.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So really I hate to go to backtrack, but
No, you're fine.
we had put together a team. You offered right away to
In the
come out.
driveway.
Yes.
Yeah.
At your house, right?
Yep. After the coffee. I feel like the coffee might have been like, hey, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like bribery.
Yeah.
A little bribery there. But so but if you go back maybe I don't know if it wasn't quite a year, but almost a year. Well, no, it was like March was a year. I think we had been at the same race together. Or was it 2 years ago where Lauren said, "Hey, I saw a guy with a Chad Wright hat on."
That was the Blackwater 10
Blackwater.
March. Yeah. That's where I met
just last
March of 25.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was one of
I
our
remember
first,
that now.
That might have been our first race running it together.
Yeah.
After we started the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is where like all this started. Yeah. So within just like a year and a month, that's crazy. So the Lord started putting together this team. There is no doubt in my mind. I get a voicemail. I'm driving up to our property in Molino. I get a voicemail. I think it was you that had called and left a message for me to call you back. I think I called you back a couple of days later.
Because I got a phone call from him. And I was
Like, did he ever call
is
back?
this real?
Yeah. And he said, yeah, we're thinking about doing a ultra, and we want to talk to you about doing one out at the property. And and it was like the exact day I had gone and met with another guy that I was running an idea past about doing an ultra out there.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if I ever told you that, but
no. Yeah, because I called Braden. Well, some backstory for that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're going down the rabbit.
Sorry,
like normal.
That's all right. Yeah.
Nate and I were trying to set up this ultra elsewhere, at a different location, but it was a lot more involved. It was one of the state parks around here, and we had to get a permit. You had to apply for the permit, which cost money, and then they still may tell you no. And we're like, we just started this podcast. We don't have money to just throw away. And your friend, y'all's mutual friend, Chuck, I guess Nate had talked with Chuck, and he was like, Chuck reminded me about the barn. Like, what about that place? And I was like, dude, I've been to the barn meeting. That would be a perfect place.
Yeah.
And I know somebody that's related to them, Braden.
Yeah.
And so I called Braden and asked, kind of ran it by him. And I was like, do you think that this is something that they'd be interested in? And he's like, yeah, I'll give you my dad's number. He'd absolutely be into this.
Yeah.
He's looking at something like this already. And so, then I called you and left that voicemail. And every day went by and I was like, is he going to call me back? Does he care?
Yeah. Oh, man.
No, that was good. And that was the
I was just seeing how
out.
resilient you were.
Yeah. We're going to test his.
I'm not very patient, but I am persistent.
Yeah.
I didn't
realize that.
So that's how, and then we met out there and had breakfast looked at the property, the possible route for it and all that.
Yeah.
And then all this other stuff pops up, y'all's races. And then, you calling us throughout that Mamba.
When you guys were training for the Mamba and did the
Wildcat.
You
came out, ran a loop.
I came out and said,
You came out and said, hey. Yeah. I mean, so all this was coming together. And then, you knew about me sign up for that.
Yeah.
So you said, you immediately said, I'll
make it work.
We'll figure something out. I'll come pace you.
Yeah.
And then same thing. And so anyway, so all that, fast forward, we skipped probably a bunch of stuff, but
that's the gist.
Y'all showed up to this race up in Dalton, Georgia is where it started, ended in Oxford, Alabama. Y'all showed up to this race. You showed up on Wednesday night?
Thursday. It was the night of,
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Or Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then you were already up there camping somewhere in
the
area.
Yeah.
And then ended up coming over at a certain time to be able to pick up pacing and all that. And you guys, anyway, I didn't know at that time, a year ago, that all this was coming together.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not many people that can just pack up and head out and help us
do it.
And so that's how that team got put together. So now we had a team meeting that one night, and y'all were showing me, okay, these are the aid stations. I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. So I think it was, was it a week before, 2 weeks before?
It was a couple weeks before.
Couple weeks before. And I think it was just the four of us, and we went over all the stuff, where you would pick me up and where you would pick me up and all that.
Potentially.
And
I was dealing with an injury at the time, so it was maybe Ryan's going to run with you, maybe he's not.
Yeah, you had some stuff going on, and still do, I think.
But we got to do it with you.
Yeah. That was neat.
Go ahead.
We weren't your only team, though. I mean,
no.
Well, you had
Braden and Hannah.
The dream team that's been with you.
Yeah, yeah, and of course Stacy. She was our crew chief. And, was there from the very beginning. We ended up getting a little mattress for the Jeep, so we had gotten a lot of different gear and stuff because you never know what is it. I think I said it several times. Mike Tyson, his greatest quote, the great theologian, he says, "Everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face."
Yep.
And so that I would say is good for the description of the Southern states.
It's good to have a plan, but still be flexible.
Yeah.
I think we got punched in the face a few times on this event.
Yeah, we did. But anyway, that was so that was the race, how everything led up to the race. And then we go to packet pickup. We pick up the packet, get it buttoned on. And then they were like giving all the announcements. Her and I are back at the Jeep, putting my last stuff on, and ran over to the starting line in time for me to run back that direction.
Wow.
You thought that all that was going to take less time, right? And you were going to have time to eat food or something?
Yeah.
So you didn't end up getting lunch?
No.
We ran real quick we went to McDonald's, I think, and got
you did. Yeah.
burrito, a couple burritos. It was,
Yeah. Not
ideal.
No.
way to start the race, but
we thought we were going to have a lot more time.
Yeah.
Because I know we talked about that when we started running, about how your heart rate was elevated immediately because all that anxiety and stress, like trying to get it sorted out right before the race.
Yeah, within a mile, it was like 170 something.
Yeah,
I got to get a hold of this. This can't last.
There's a lot more race to go.
Oh, yeah.
So, bottom line here, if you're thinking about doing this race, or anything really, I mean, even 100 has a ton of logistics, but 200 mile is huge as far as an undertaking.
Point
to point.
Adds another element.
That's it. So let's do this. Let's navigate kind of that first night, and because you took a start at noon, and so nightfall was shortly upon you there. Let's talk about kind of the course for that first section. We'll say like the first 70 miles.
Okay.
50. Well, I picked you up at 70, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I picked you up at 70. So let's hear the solo first 70 from Mark's perspective and lens. The trail, the weather, the thoughts, all the things.
Yeah. I would say the weather for the race was nearly perfect. I mean, you couldn't really ask for anything better. It was just, that's one thing we were talking about is you guys have had disastrous weather. You've had rain, monsoon. I mean, the cold weather, hot weather.
Yeah.
You've dealt with some really rough things. So far, knock on wood, mine's been perfect.
Good.
No,
last night got race as you do.
Yeah. That's what he said. Great weather. I think it started in the 50s or something like that at noon, and it's
a beautiful time of year.
I mean, it really was. Yeah, it was perfect weather. First 2 days, it got cold. It got down to freezing. She had ice on the coolers and on the outside. But it was. So the first night, I guess, going into the first section was over 16 miles. And normally, like you're almost done with a marathon at that point. That's a long time between 8 stations. I'd never experienced that before. So that was like packing all your gear. Just the liquid was like 10.8 pounds in my pack. And then you add in all the food and stuff that you're going to need. So you take everything with you. And I would say like in the first 2 miles, I had I stepped in water. It was not supposed to be a creek crossing, but leaves covered little creek areas, and water went outside that under the leaves, and I stepped in it, but it dried out, so I didn't really have any foot issues, at that point. But so the first aid station was like over 16 miles away.
Wow,
and that was a long haul.
Yeah,
I drank all my water. was basically at a depleted state for food too. And so I went in like, I need to eat a lot of food and drink a lot of, but I was kind of on my own a little bit. She was at the aid stations. So I didn't have somebody there that was saying you need to eat or you need to drink or whatever, like what a good pacer does.
Yeah.
And
because the first 70, you have to run solo. You can't have a pacer.
So you meet a lot of people. You meet all the runners because everything is kind of compact.
Yeah.
So met a lot of really good people.
What'd you tell me? We all started off in the front pack together.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Braden said, I think Braden sent me a text and he goes, it looks like you're in the lead pack. It might be a time to make a move.
Yeah.
I took a few videos and I went back and looked at them and sent them to a few different people. And my son, I said, hey, I'm feeling pretty good. It's like mile 6.
There you go.
I'm feeling strong.
Yeah.
But as the miles went on, you take fewer videos and you go dark.
Yeah. You gotta go.
So,
a whole other world.
Yeah. So went to a couple of neat spots. One of them is John's Mountain. And anything like where an aid station says it's on high point or a mountain or low point, they name them for that reason.
Yeah.
Went through all those. But yeah, John's Mountain was really cool. It was like you're really high and you go, it's a lot of rock climbing. Yeah, I mean, I took video of it. It was amazing. There were some waterfalls, some really neat waterfalls. And so that was really cool. I met a guy named Troy Nixon, military guy, super guy. And then Jeff Wolf, who we all text, still to this day.
That's cool.
But yeah, so met some really good people. Ended up seeing those guys throughout that first 70. And we weren't always together. A lot of times somebody would be hung up in an aid station, the other person would go ahead and stuff like that. What I found is aid stations are dangerous for me. And I think y'all pointed that out.
Yeah.
And my race results show that too.
Yeah.
Only
analyze
later in the race. For the first 100, the aid stations weren't bad for you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have
second half
friendly, any friendlies to talk to.
Maybe it's the crew, not the aid station.
Yeah. Oh,
it's our fault.
That now.
So yeah, I camped at the top of Mac White, up there in the FJ, and then I saw you first at Mac White.
That's right.
And so when I came down and met you at Mac White, Stacy was just behind me. And when you came in and sat down, I saw you pounding a burger and pancakes and
3 pancakes and maple syrup, man.
Yeah, and that was funny. Awesome. But I quickly realized because you're sitting down and coffee. Yeah, I brewed you a pot of coffee. Yeah. Was the Mark loves the interactions within the aid stations.
Yeah.
So most people are there for just the food, get the stuff.
Go to it?
You're sitting down fellowshipping as though it's a full meal, 5-star dining meal. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is great. Whatever it takes to keep his spirits high.
Every aid station was like a family dinner for Mark.
It's just,
hey, how you been? How's the trail?
Calling everybody by their first name. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. So.
Yeah.
Your memory and everything was real sharp then.
Quickly changed.
That was 60 miles in. That's pretty good.
Yeah. About mile 60 or so. Yeah. And then we got a video of you leaving Mac White going up, and you're like, so you guys just want to come with me? And Stacy stops and says, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
So Stacy was laser focused the entire time and just don't get Mark disqualified. Keep him on the course. He's going to finish this thing, whatever it takes to get Mark through it. And I love the focus that she had the whole time. When I finally joined up with you, she's like, can you send me the coordinates to the next location? Because I don't want to have to think about it. I just want to go there. And I was like, absolutely. But she was just so focused on you. The perfect crew chief. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely was.
We won't talk about how bad I am with directions. That's why I needed the coordinates.
Okay. But
we had some challenges.
On that note, though, Stacy, you made I'm going to say because I thought it was kind of funny. You're basically living out of your Jeep.
Yes.
So
not basically. You were.
It was. I don't think it needs to be mentioned because there's the runner life and then there's the pacer crew life. And you were basically bumming out of the Jeep and you were hitting Anytime Fitness, right?
Yes, for showers, for workouts and showers. And I know that because I would go multiple times a day, because my concern was to meet him at the aid stations because those first 70 miles, he's running alone. So I've got to be at the aid station to get him whatever he needs, whatever drink he needs or whatever. So I would run to Anytime Fitness, get a shower, and then come back and whatever. It was not practical to spend the night in a hotel because I needed to be there for him. So, yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
Living out of Jeep.
Living out of the Jeep. You said the first thing, I feel like a homeless woman.
Yeah.
I've been in the same Anytime Fitness for the last 2 days now.
Yeah.
You said, I think the people are giving me weird looks.
Yes. I would take my bag in there, went to Dollar Tree, got some shampoo and stuff, and
that's
go
good
in there.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think when I left Mac White because you came rolling in, and when I left that, do you remember when I left going up that hill? Yeah, because it basically you come out on a road where it's kind of level, everything is somewhat level, and then you immediately, I was looking back at it, you have to go like right up that hill. So it's like you're relaxed for a few minutes, and then it's like right back to it.
Right back to it.
Elevation.
It's funny because you said, how much?
Yeah.
You made a comment like, this one doesn't have a ton of climbing or something like that, does it? And I said, no, I mean, it's not. And I just stopped talking. And because you got sidetracked talking to Jim Bob in the tent or whoever it was. And I said, perfect. And I said, you got a little bit of climbing on this one. And then what was the next one after Mac White that I picked you up? Was it High Point?
Oh, yeah.
It was High Point,
Georgia.
At some point, he said that same kind of thing in the chat.
Yeah.
And you left it.
Yeah.
I came back with the exact
numbers.
on it.
No. That was
Nate's like, dang it, Ryan.
Don't tell him
You weren't
that.
supposed to tell us.
Oh.
You're the hopeful.
Yeah.
You're the realist.
Yeah.
John's Mountain. We need to mention Not So Dry Creek.
Not So Dry Creek. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's rewind the Not So Dry Creek.
So back a little bit before Mac White, there's a place called Dry Creek, and you're going to experience Dry Creek.
Yes, Georgia Jewel.
Coming up in September.
I'm excited.
I can't wait for you to run 3 loops in that.
Yeah, to experience it with him because that's where I pick him up as a pacer.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's Not So Dry Creek.
Okay, got it.
All right, just remember that. There's a few water crossings in there, maybe 3. And anyway, there's a lot of stuff goes on down there in Dry Creek. It's kind of down in the bottom, and there's a lot of water in there. They send you to a place. It's called the Narrows, and they posted some. It's a water stop only. And later, I found out there's water there. You can technically call it water there, so it's a stop, but it is jugs over a berm, and they're lined up there for you to like rehydrate fill all your packs and stuff. That's a 20. So technically, between aid stations, it's 20 some miles.
Yeah,
and so later we were joking about they throw that jug out on the side of the road to break it up so it doesn't look as bad on paper.
Yeah, because really,
it's a subtle, good marketing technique.
Yeah, there you go.
Dry Creek around 40, and you don't hit Mac White until 60.
Yeah,
there is this water stop in between.
Yes,
but you got 20 miles.
Oh man, that's a long haul at night. With somebody or by yourself.
And you went through that at night.
Yeah, it was at night. So
yeah, that's brutal.
So anyway, that was So Dry Creek, Troy and I, we crossed a couple of creeks. You take your shoes off. I just take my shoes off. Some guys just run right through it. I want to preserve my feet. I'm thinking, like at 40 miles, I'm thinking like 180. What is it going to look like?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to I did that with my pace too. I slowed way down to make sure I was going to.
There you go.
But Troy, I walked across this tall log. I mean, if you came off of it, the water was, up to probably just below your knees. But if you came off of it, it would have been exciting.
Oh yeah.
Everything's wet. I made it across there. Looked like Nick Walinda going across, balancing. And then Troy came across, and I could tell he had crossed logs before because he got down on it.
Oh, perfect.
Shimmy right across it. And so I waited there for him, and we got across that. But anyway, so that was Dry Creek, the Narrows, and then Mac, and then on up the hill to meet you at
High Point.
High Point,
High Point, Georgia.
High Point, Georgia. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's a High Point, Alabama too.
Yeah. Everywhere's got a high point apparently.
We found that.
Yep. So I came in, got you at High Point. Stacy was there again as well. And when I picked you up there, that was a fairly quick stop. That was probably your shortest one. And I think I'll give credit to Stacy on that one.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, you got a pacer now. So let's get you, what do you need? Let's get you on the trail. So we hit left High Point together. And then it was kind of like a rails to trail. Kind of like just
Never ended.
Never ended. Yeah.
30 miles.
30 miles, 32 or whatever it was.
Gravel and flat.
Gravel and flat. And then
Yeah.
there really wasn't anything remarkable with that section, honestly. It was just double track and
You guys had each other.
we did.
Right.
Yeah,
We did.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
But you were like
lot of long
apologizing to me the whole time. You're like, man, I wish you would have gotten I wish you could see some of the mountains or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
wait, the next section's better.
Don't worry.
Yeah. And then
Let's
we
go.
came into Huffacre,
Yeah.
right? Is that
Yes.
yeah, Huffacre there. And then Ryan.
That's where we first saw you.
Yep. So then I needed a light and all that kind of stuff. So we took a little bit of time at Huffacre. And the people at Huffacre, they had some awesome food. I didn't see all the other ones, but those little mashed potato patties.
Yeah. What would we call those? The pinhoti pancakes?
Mm-hmm.
Pinhoti pancakes.
Yeah.
The aid stations were great with all their food. Just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really cool.
I told him not to expect that when he got home because basically he would go in and he could tell them what he wanted and it was
Bacon,
made to order.
Oh,
So-
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheeseburgers. I ate like 3
Quesadillas,
cheeseburgers.
pancakes.
Bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon cheeseburgers.
I was really impressed with how Southern States aid stations did their, like, it was like a menu when you
first
came
class.
in.
Yeah.
It is remarkable.
They do a really good job.
They literally had menus because
did.
a few times Stacy would like send out what it was going to be. And I'm like, all right, Mark, what do you want at this one? This is what they have. And we just put in an order basically. And when we get there, she's like, I got your burger ready.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
was super, super awesome that they take care of the hospitality.
Mhm.
Southern hospitality.
Quesadillas, everything.
Yep.
All the
awesome
volunteers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And most all of them had run portions of that trail. So they knew the trail. They could tell you what was coming up or whatever. If you,
Yes.
since I was always talking to them,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
Some of the intel wasn't the best.
Yeah. Just around the corner.
So
Just up
Alabama
that
looks
hill.
nicer.
Yeah.
one of the, you
Jackson's
mentioned
Chapel.
it on the trail, Mark, that one of the areas that like everybody talks about that doesn't like care for it or whatever is the road section.
Yeah.
So for our listeners' sake, let's talk about the road section and things that they should consider for that. What was it, 22 miles or something?
Yeah.
On that
Yep.
road section.
Pavement.
And
Consider a
most,
car.
and some of that,
Consider a car.
even the better runners, you're going to have a section of that road in the dark.
Yeah.
So let's kind of just open up.
Did you say even the better runners?
No, I'm saying no. Okay, fair. I'm talking like the super fast, like the guy that finished it in 3 days or whatever.
Yeah.
He might have seen it all in daytime.
He might have, but a majority of the runners
Yeah.
were in that section at night.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you
Just the way it
were
late,
just
yeah.
stupid fast.
Yeah.
You know.
So I saw you guys at Huffacre
Mhm.
and then y'all left. And were you on the road straight away after that? I think so.
Pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
never touched
That
dirt.
little squiggly
Yeah.
road, and then we got out on that main highway.
Mm-hmm. And that was that section was in total about 20 miles, right?
Until the next 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, until the next aid station.
So
and
did
then
you
we
pass
had-
anything else like gas stations or anything that you
Mhm.
could have gotten stuff from if you needed?
right at the beginning.
Yeah, I
right-
pulled into that gas
Mhm,
station
right
to
behind
get
the
a
main-
So my
charger or
watch went
something.
out at 84.55 miles.
Yeah.
So at 84 was
Yeah.
about where
Yeah.
there was a
Yep.
gas station at that main intersection. But
But not after that.
come prepared with lights, reflective, everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
For
just
that road
be
section.
prepared for some sketchy road because that section is.
Mhm.
It was actually a little reprieve from the elevation
Yeah.
because, some of those like leading up to that there's a lot of elevation in there.
Yeah.
And so it was I was actually kind of happy with that. I didn't mind it as much as what the
Flat.
talk was. you
Yeah.
know. What I did kind of regret was when I put on my road shoes because that's where I think that's the first time I had changed shoes or maybe second time actually. But I put on my road shoes and they were older road shoes, and I immediately felt the pavement under them.
Yeah.
And I was about 600 yards into it, and I was like, I think I made a mistake on these shoes. So if it had to do over, I would switch out. I would just stay in my Speed Goats.
Yeah.
Run that section. But I had some other shoes on.
Fair.
Road shoes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would wear road shoes again, but I would just, they would be that old.
That's it. Yeah. So then we get through Huffaker, we get to Cave Springs. Cave Springs was kind of cool, right? Because we come in at night, the town's shut down. They didn't keep it open for Mark, unfortunately. So come through downtown Cave Springs, and then we come into Cave Springs where Ryan was.
Braden and Hannah saw us on the road.
Yeah, they saw us on the road and cheered us on for a minute.
I was actually running when they showed up.
Yeah, I was glad
about that.
The road section was not only a nice reprieve from the mountains, but also a section where you picked up the pace and made some time up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really good. You guys ran for quite a while.
We did, actually.
For being almost 100 miles in.
Yeah.
We
ran
good.
a 2 mile stint, didn't we? Or 2.5 miles?
It was like it was about 4 miles.
Was it really?
You never stopped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
that's impressive.
There was
100.
That is impressive.
We came up on the 4-lane highway. We came up on this 4-lane highway, and you said, "Is that so and so up there?"
Oh,
it was a piece of trash. But I was like,
oh, was it?
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, it might be. And then you immediately started running, and I'm like, it's not. We're gonna let it ride.
I think I switched over to my
tracker.
To the tracker. I was
so then I'm pacing him, and I'm like, Mark, we got about a mile till we catch him. Only a mile? The hunt is on. So then, you kind of, but it worked. Like you picked your pace up for a little bit, made up some time there. And then we finally ended up catching 2 guys on that section. So that was like a big win for you mentally.
Sure did. Yeah.
So that was really, really cool.
That was the last time that he cared about passing people.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, you were killing it.
It's hard to believe you can think like that. Now I know there's guys that are thinking about winning the race, that are always thinking that. But to be deep into a race, almost halfway point.
Yeah.
And to think about that, it's just kind of funny your competitive spirit, which
we're not even to 100 yet. We're kicking them off.
I was gonna go. If I wanted to just pick off one, it would make me feel better at this point.
No, you did really well in that section. But we come into Cave Springs, started to get real cold. I was doing basically like a pass down to Ryan, like, hey, this is where he's at. This is what is bothering him. This is, all that kind of stuff. Away from you, of course. And then you took your first nap.
Yeah.
30-something hours into it.
Yep.
32.
So were we at 32 or 33?
Yeah.
And I remember writing down, we were hoping to be in there like by midnight, I think.
36.
Did we get there at like 10 something?
It was almost right at midnight.
Yeah.
You got there a little before because midnight would have been 36 hours.
Okay.
That's true.
So I think you got there at like 34 or something.
Okay.
You were in before that.
Yeah. So that was,
you were
I considered that a win.
That's a huge win. Yeah.
So, I remember climbing into I think I got some food first and then
talked a lot.
Climbed.
We're
like, we need to go.
I will say from a crew perspective, when I came into Cave Springs, the aid station, so that's right at the halfway point, 100 miles, it was a whole different vibe, atmosphere in that aid station. Like up to that point, like for the first 100 miles, the aid stations were happy and jolly and everybody's feeling great and just eating. I came into Cave Springs at the 100 and people are DNFing, did not finish. They got blister issues. They want to sleep. They're needing Advil.
Yeah.
It's a whole different vibe. So there is a huge difference between 100 and 200. I looked at that, and that aid station was a totally different vibe to me.
Yeah. I felt that too, for sure. And they've got a sleep station at that one, kind of off to the side of this like darker tent. And I'm like, boy, this just feels like death in here.
Yeah.
And it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Like everybody's coming in. They've been at this for 100 miles.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And I will say too, with having a noon start, that first night, so you start Wednesday at noon, the first night, nobody's really tired because you haven't put in a full day of running.
Yeah.
So nobody really wants to sleep the first night. You don't need to, but by the second night, you've been up 2 nights now.
Yeah.
And it's, the weight of it is coming down. So people are needing to sleep at that point.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I left you.
Well, before you left me,
yeah,
I climbed into the Jeep and I think I was asleep. I think y'all, you have video of this, I believe, but you started working on I had like a hot spot I thought was underneath
The ball of your
the
foot.
ball of my foot, right on my left foot. And anyway, I can attest to that it actually was a hot spot
Okay.
because it did come to full fruition.
Yeah.
But I think you relieved some pressure in that, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I popped.
You also did it at Huffaker too.
I did.
I had a blister on each heel.
Yeah.
And you relieved a little bit out of one of them, I
Yeah.
think.
Got those taken care of.
Taped up my foot.
You were half asleep, and Nate popped one of the blisters, and it shot off to the side, and I was like, "Oh!" And you kind of shot up, and you're like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh no,
I didn't
it's just
even
a
know.
nasty blister."
Yeah.
It wasn't that
didn't
it
even
hurt
feel
you
it.
or anything. You just heard
Yeah.
my reaction.
Yeah.
I will say though, whatever you were doing, I don't know if it's just you and you have like, I don't know, Fred Flintstone, just durable feet.
Yeah,
but
probably.
your feet looked amazing for
They did.
200 miles.
People
They
made
did.
comments about that. They said,
Mhm.
didn't I suggest maybe being a foot model at one point?
Yeah. I mean, they were
Good
so
to be
very
supple. They
blessed.
Yeah.
weren't like
Yeah.
good pruny.
Yeah.
They looked
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah.
As good
I
as
was
feet can
thankful.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the weather also helped with that. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't miserably hot. You weren't sweating profusely.
Rainy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
until the last day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
picked a good time of year to do this. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then basically Ryan ends up taking you from there, right?
Yeah.
Out of
Oh, we slept for a while.
slept for a little bit.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, so I brought my hammock. I strung up my hammock. You
Froze
guys
to death.
slept. It was a little chilly. But Stacy and I had talked, and we're like, how long should he sleep? I was like, give him 90 minutes and then wake him up and we'll see and go from there.
Yeah.
And so you slept for your 90 minutes and then wanted to sleep for some more. So
Okay.
you slept for like another 30 minutes or an hour maybe.
Yeah.
And eventually we're like, all right, we
like,
got to
we
get
gotta go.
going because it was maybe 3:30 or something. And I was like, let's see if we can get out by 4. We didn't make that, but
I think I went and changed.
Yeah.
I went and changed in the bathroom.
went back to the aid station tent, which I think is why we didn't leave at 4.
It might be. Picked up some more
No,
food.
it was good. We were getting prepped and ready to go in there.
Yeah.
Knowing that we didn't have that long of a section to go.
No.
But it
It's
was
like 6,
kind of
7
waking
miles.
back up. Yeah.
7 or 8 miles.
6 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, waking back up, not a super quick start.
No. I think I did jog a little just for the camera.
And maybe with the camera. Yeah, one time I was videoing
Yeah,
you and you're
you're
like,
like-
oh, you videoing?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a slow start coming out of there. I remember being wound around all through this
Park, Cave Springs.
Yeah. And I
Where the
didn't
aid
register
station
that
is.
this is where the town gets all their water, is out of a cave spring. So
Mhm.
so one day we want to go back there.
Apparently there was something
I would like
to
to
see
see
there.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was
We did not see
3
it.
o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we were not.
Went across the little bridge
Mhm.
and I said, what is this? Some kind of joke?
Yeah,
Some joke
we
or
go all the
something?
way around this park,
Yeah.
and we get to the other side of the sleep tent, and I'm like, we were just right there. What are we doing?
Yeah, why didn't we just like cut straight across? Well, the
I
flags went
said,
that
well,
way. So,
the course. This is the course. We got to get the miles.
Yeah. so we did that.
Then we got on the road for a couple miles and went on.
I
to
think
the
I
aid
felt
station.
really good coming out of that aid station because we jogged some in that
on the road.
but then also on
yeah,
that,
on the
that
trail.
trail
Mhm.
in there.
It was a nice little.
Yeah.
They told us this. We talked about the volunteers being so good, and they
Yeah.
gave us some good intel about, hey, you got a couple miles on the road, but once you get back on the trail, it's a nice like pine bed,
And it was.
it was super cushiony,
Yeah.
and like it was a nice morning wake up.
Yeah.
And that's what we ended up doing. We ended up hitting sunrise right before we got to the aid station. There was this little
Jackson's
lake.
Chapel.
Jackson
I think.
Chapel, yeah. There
Yeah.
was a little lake right beforehand, and
Yeah.
the fog was lifting. It was beautiful.
Yeah. That was where I kept seeing the little chalets
Yeah.
that
We
were,
were seeing
it
all sorts of
literally
things.
looked like a chalet right there on that lake. Just a small one, like little,
Mhm.
like bunkhouses.
And you kept talking about beavers.
Yeah.
You saw beavers.
Yeah. Saw
Oh,
a
man.
few things
I
out
didn't see
there.
the beavers.
They were there.
Okay. I believe you. It was a lake, so they probably
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure they were.
Um,
But yeah, that was a nice section. I felt really good. I
Yeah.
think going through that one.
that aid station that we were coming into, Jackson Chapel, had no cell service.
That's right.
And so I
Yeah.
had no idea if Stacy had made it there. She wasn't
Yeah.
responding when I texted her or asked, like, what do they have to eat, or told her, like, how you were doing. I was
Yeah.
like, well, I hope she's there. And we
Yeah.
showed up, and she was asleep in the Jeep with
Yeah.
no cell service, but it was good. Everything was fine.
Oh, we got to Jeff was in
Caught up
there.
with Jeff, yeah.
He was in there and he was
Oh,
looking
that's
in his
great.
soup or broth.
Just eating a little cup of potato soup, and I had just gotten a little cup of potato soup, and then he starts looking in it.
Just like looking at it, and he sees something down in there, and so Stacy starts to roll the camera or her phone, and he's like, "Yeah, see, he's got little tiny legs. He's got what do you have? 6 legs? 8 legs?
I don't know. He's got a bunch
He's
of
on his
legs.
back."
Oh, goodness.
So
I'm like, what are you talking about, Jeff? He says, there's a bug in here.
yeah,
And the aid station volunteer came over and looked, and she's like, no, that's like a spice or something in the soup.
that's
And
right.
he's like, no, it's moving.
Look at him. I mean, it was so funny.
Your brain does.
He had a lot of
Mike,
hallucinations.
Mike kept going, is there any bugs in
Yeah.
mine?
Yeah, that was funny. So then we left out of there and started a
What did that volunteer tell
massive
us?
climb.
What did that volunteer tell us about our next section?
Yeah, this next section is it's a little, once you get to the Alabama side, is that right? It's really nice. The Alabama takes care of the trails over on that side.
Oh, yeah. So we had done 8 before that, and we had about 12 ahead of us. And yeah, she said it's really steep and very technical, very rocky.
Yeah.
Which was good intel.
That was.
But then she said the Georgia side isn't that good, but once you get to the Alabama side, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That was not true at all.
Oh,
not true.
Sarcasm. Okay.
No, I mean, I think she was telling us
I think
that's
when
her memory, but she had run this race, and she said that she went through this at night. So
yeah,
if you went through a section at night, maybe just
it's
don't
totally
give the
different.
advice.
Yeah. I mean, she gave us what she remembered.
The technical and rocky part was spot on.
Oh man, that was a lot of rocks. A lot of rocks.
It was a lot of steep climbs, but then there'd be these little downhills and then a little climb again.
Mm.
And every time you'd come up to the top of one of these little knolls, it was just nothing but rocks on top of the mountain. And so we'd start coming up, and I'm like, maybe there's no rocks at this one. And then we get up there, and there's rocks everywhere.
Like a rock garden,
and you're climbing over these little boulders.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I'm sick and tired of seeing rocks.
Oh man, that was a lot of elevation in that.
There was
that section for sure.
We got to cross Flagpole Mountain.
That was cool.
After we got into Alabama.
Yeah.
So the Alabama side is not that bad. It's just the
in their defense,
it's not that bad. It just wasn't significantly better than Georgia, and the blazes on all the trees, all the markings were super faded and kind of difficult to follow sometimes. Yeah. The Georgia side was marked a lot better.
Yeah, we expected to see like carpet out there on the Alabama side.
I thought it was just going to level off and be nice.
Yeah, but then we went. So we got up to that flagpole mountain, and basically we thought we saw the flagpole. There is a flagpole up there.
Yeah,
and there's a survey mark, and I think it gives elevation or GPS coordinates or something for that. And then there was a chair over there. And you're like, if you want to sit down, there's a chair or something like that.
Yeah, there's a metal chair like folded up against the tree.
Like, that looks pretty good over there.
Yeah.
But anyway, we kept on going and then got to the actual flagpole.
Yeah.
There's a guy up there. It's a private property. You go on this private property.
Signs
and for like 7 miles, I think it's something like that. And there's a big flag up there, and it's the first time that you can actually look and see Mount Cheahaw. And it's like 70 miles of trail, right? Or 75 miles of trail left.
Yeah.
But it winds around in there. So it's not like you're looking 70 miles, but you're up at a really high elevation for there. And you can see the peak way over in the distance.
And isn't Mount Cheahaw the highest point in Alabama?
Yeah.
I believe what we were on was the second highest point on the trail. I don't know if it's the second highest in Alabama, but definitely on your course.
Yeah.
So, it was really cool to see.
And you have to get up there.
So you have to get there. And then you have to get back down on the off-roading side.
Yeah.
Coming down from Flagpole Mountain, it's like a ATV park or something. And it looks like a bunch of rock slides.
Yeah.
It was rough.
It did. And you're going across those and across them. We went through like in the morning. So apparently they had all been out all night. And so there were just parts left. They said, I think that's a part of something.
One whole vehicle was there. I was like, hey, can we take that?
There's a vehicle there.
And then we got up closer and the wheel was broken sideways. Man,
that's awesome.
Guess we got to walk.
We're like, we don't have very many miles to go to get to the next aid station. And we know we got to come off of this thing. But then there's like a big mountain in between us and the aid station. So we're talking and we're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we have to go over that.
I'm looking at
I mean,
the
it wouldn't
map.
be the course if we don't go over the highest point.
Well,
on
I was looking at the
that
map and I was like,
section.
I think we go to the right of that, Mark. I don't think we have to
no.
go over that. And that was
I
exactly
was not
what he
buying
said.
that.
He said, no, we're going to go right over the top of it. I was like, no, you can't be right. And sure enough, he was a little.
There was a little
right.
mound of rocks, and we went. You had to go over that top piece.
There was
it
no
was as
part
high
of
as
that
you could
mountain
get.
that was higher than what we stepped on.
Yeah,
The trail goes directly
Yeah.
over the peak.
yep, it did.
Also, you're like a turkey whisperer. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah.
We were on the trail and we heard something off in the woods, and he's like, I bet those are turkeys. I was like, maybe, Mark. I don't know. You've been seeing beavers all night. I don't know what's in the woods.
Yeah.
And we come around the curve, and sure enough, there's like 20 turkeys. And he's like, see, all the turkeys.
There was
That's okay.
Yep.
You're
snuck
you're
right up on them. You got to do that really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
which was hard to do when we were running so fast.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So then you did how many miles with him?
20 something.
20 something?
22.
Okay. So then after
Yeah.
Ryan dropped off, who picked you up?
Sorry. Before we get into that, at Chapel, Jackson Chapel,
Yeah.
it was 40 something degrees probably. We were hovering over the
yeah.
heater there.
Yeah.
And by the time
Oh,
I dropped
man.
you off at High Point, it was
I had no
80.
shirt on.
It was 80. You had your
Shirtless.
shirt around your head.
Yes.
The temperature change that day was
Oh,
dramatic.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
And we got a little dehydrated on that last section.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both of us ran out of water, just not anticipating the time that it was going to take us. But the time, it took us so long because it was so steep and technical.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got super hot. And that was
A little road section going into that aid station.
Yep.
You carried both bottles in your vest and then also a bladder in the back of your vest, but then you also had your filter to drink from the creeks.
which we should have done.
Yeah.
We should have filled up.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Yeah, that brings up a good point too.
Yeah.
Like the knowing what each person is carrying. Like that's one of the things I just like feed off of with these races is like the logistics and the problem solving.
Yeah.
And like it's 200 miles of problem solving, as we said in our section.
Yeah.
And knowing what each other is carrying, like using each other to get through those sections.
For this race, though, you like I had all the required gear in my pack. So anything extra that you would have, like your pacer had to have the same exact equipment.
Right. Yeah.
So Life Straw,
Mhm.
and we used it. We used it a couple times, just because of being out on a section for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to have a bivvy, like a
Yep.
sleep or emergency blanket.
Yeah.
A cup. I think you had to have like a little collapsible cup with you. And then at least I think it said 34 ounces of water, I think was like the minimal.
Yeah.
But everybody they all had extra on there. So
and I will say for your race, we had a cold front that moved through like the beginning of the race. So like the first night it was in the 20s.
yeah.
The day we
Yeah, that's
finished
right.
it was in the 80s. Now, of course, you're moving north to south 200 miles, but it was
Yeah. Yeah. We had different
cold to
different
hot.
weather,
Yeah.
a little bit different weather patterns.
Hard to prepare for.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Long sleeve
even
shirt,
so
yeah.
in that day, like
Mm.
after we left Jackson Chapel, within 30 minutes, we stopped on the side of the trail and took off clothes.
Yeah.
Like, started shoving them in our pack because we were already getting warm.
Going up that. Yes.
I personally didn't have anything except the long sleeve shirt, and I had a jacket that I stored, but my long sleeve shirt's what I kept on, and throughout the day, it got hotter and hotter and hotter.
I think I actually had these on.
I think you had pants
I
on,
shed these things quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was interesting. So if you're doing a race like this, think about the weather and
Mhm.
think about what it's going to be in 4 hours from where you're at. And maybe like if I could do that again, I would have changed into cooler clothes and been cold for a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
Leaving that aid station because we would have warmed up quick on that hike.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, that was steep.
Yeah.
So yeah, just think about that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good. So then you got done with him and at would be 120-ish.
Mhm.
And then
123, I think.
123.
I
Okay.
think it was.
So then from 123 to the finish was quite an adventure for you.
Brutal.
Quite brutal.
Up until that point, I would say, I mean, you probably went through a few low spots.
Yeah.
I would say overall, you were in high spirits
Yeah.
the whole time. You didn't really go through a bad spot with me until I left you off. I think, like I said, leaving you dehydrated didn't put you in the best
job,
position.
Ryan.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Not the best pace for me.
Oh, man.
No,
I offered to give him my water, but I didn't have much.
I spent plenty of time in that aid station, I think.
Yeah.
Recoup.
The race director, a couple of the race directors came in. Actually, they all three did. They came in and got to talk to them, see them again. And I think I was eating some soup. And then Hannah asked me, she said, do you want another soup? I knew you have to put calories in because you're fixing to expend. You're probably already expended them and you're just trying to catch up at this point. So, so I was trying to eat stuff that I just did not want to eat. And at that point, I think on that one, I was like, man, I got to get back out there and keep on going because you have this thing when a race starts, it's called a cutoff. And
it's called a cutoff.
It starts when he shot a gun off to start it. That cutoff starts then, and it goes. It doesn't matter if you're sleeping, if you're in an aid station, if you're moving. I mean, it just keeps on moving. It's like that in every race.
Yeah.
And it's going, and you always have that in the back of your mind that it's coming. And it's coming for you, if you're if you're in that situation, it is.
Because this race, it's 100-hour cutoff.
Yeah.
But they're not going to let you get to 100 hours and not have the 200 miles. There's going to be
That's
cutoffs with every aid station.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Along the way, because if you're not past that point, there's no way you can make it. Yeah. So they can't keep an aid station open for somebody sleeping out in the woods for 2 days.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so you gotta.
So this isn't a camping trip. This is
plan on sprinting the first day and then sleeping for 2 and sprinting the last day.
Yeah.
Not an option.
Yeah.
So something we didn't talk about, but is about to be important in the next section that we talk about is your ibuprofen.
Yeah.
You started taking ibuprofen pretty early on. Before that,
was it?
It was earlier with him.
You took your first one. You took your first one at Mac White.
Okay.
So about 60 miles.
And
I think I
just overheard somebody that said, "Hey, do you have any ibuprofen?" I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
Yeah.
The problem was that you didn't stop taking them. I think like you kept taking them after that, and
every couple of 4 hours or something.
Yeah.
But a workaround around that is caffeine.
Yeah, which I had in my pack.
Yeah.
And we talked about that just a couple of days ago that, man, I should have taken that caffeine as opposed to that.
Yeah.
It didn't enter my mind that was an issue because I don't normally have an issue with ibuprofen.
Yeah.
And so
for 24 hours,
beating your stomach around for all that. Yeah.
Just a perfect storm.
Yeah.
And then
that was a turning point. There was a little turning point somewhere.
So I left you at High Point, Alabama.
Yeah.
And you and Braden went out, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Braden.
7 miles.
We went out 7 miles.
Just
and
little 7 miles.
I think it only took 4 hours or something to go 7 miles. I had some challenges. About a mile into that, I had to go to the bathroom. And so I sent Braden on ahead and took care of that. And then I got back on the trail and I told him, I said, man, I think I voiced it. That was the first time I'd ever voiced it. I'm sick.
Yeah.
my stomach is like tore up. And I was nauseated, but you're still, you can still walk and do all kinds of stuff while you're nauseated. If you've ever had a baby, I haven't. I think you do that for a lot of it.
Yeah.
So it's easy. No, it wasn't. Woo! But yeah, that was a section there that I found myself laying over in the leaves off the trail, maybe 20 yards, a good ways off of it, because I was wandering around out there like, man, I'm like fixing to get sick. And I wanted to try to be as far off the trail as I could. I ended up laying down and a guy comes running up the trail. I haven't seen anybody running in a while, but they had started at Cave Springs on Friday. They had started the 100. Yeah. So those are they're all fresh. They're within, 20 some miles. And so they're, I'll say, fresh. This guy though is a beast. Anyway, he's James. He came running up that hill, and he looks over at us and he stops, and he goes, "Are you guys all right?" And I said, I was doing the talking. I said, I don't know what's going on. I feel bad.
Yeah.
I just didn't know, I didn't know what was going on other than nauseated.
Yeah.
And he said, "Do you have any salt tablets?" And I said, "No." I said, I don't think so. But I had electrolytes, which has sodium in it. And he says, do you want to? He wanted me to say yes, to take them.
Yeah.
But he wasn't going to force me. And I said, "Do you take them?" He goes, "Yeah." That's why I had them.
Yeah.
And anyway, I said, "Yeah, I'll take them." So I said, "Man, I appreciate it." He goes, "When you get to the next aid station," he said, "drink all you can drink right now. But when you get to the next aid station, tell the medic what's wrong with you and he'll fix you." I said, "Okay." I was not feeling good.
Yeah.
And anyway, I took those, and he literally had sweat dripping off of his head, off his hands. I remember looking up at him because I'm laying on the ground.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'd hit the ground. And anyway, it was at 5 minutes later, maybe 10 minutes later, I ended up throwing up.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure those capsules came up. But it took a while. We were going to Low Point, was the next aid station. Took us a long time to get there, but we made it there and came in and saw some people from Pensacola that we knew. And then I went to the back of the Jeep. Actually, I went to the aid station, got some food. I was telling these people, there were 3 great aid station workers, and they were like, "What's going on?" And I'm just sitting in this chair. I'm like, I feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And so they gave me something bland, just like some
Chicken broth
and maybe some ramen, I think, and some potato, instant potatoes. So I was trying to eat that. By this time I'd made it back to the Jeep. I'm laying in the Jeep, and Stacy hands me in the food, and I'm still trying to eat it. And I'm really in a bad spot mentally and physically. And I was wrestling with myself, like, what am I going to do? I was in a really bad place. Didn't I ask you, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
She came walking by the Jeep. And again, I have to keep all this in perspective, and also for people listening, this is a race. We signed up for this. This is fun.
Yeah.
And this is not life and death. This is not war. This is not anything major.
Yeah.
But when you're going through that at that time, it really feels like it's for real.
Yeah.
And so, I was wrestling with myself, like, I don't know if I can do this. Mentally, I was spent. Just getting sick does a lot of stuff to you. So when you're in a bad place, later we'll talk about it, but you got to have good people around you, or you're going to make some really bad decisions.
Yeah.
And we'll see that in a little bit. But yeah, so I finally go to sleep for 15 minutes, and it's time to wake up again. It was like I didn't even go to sleep. She says, "We need to go." So she got me out of that thing. It was cold, I think, at that point, and we bundled up, and then we started heading down
It's nighttime
road.
now.
Yeah. So we started heading down the trail and right into the woods, and we're fixing to go through a really rough section, a lot of elevation. And within, I would say, a mile or two, maybe 2 miles in there, I started getting sick again. Got rid of all that food that they had helped me put down, and took a dirt nap for 5 minutes, 10 minutes or something. And it took us, was it 14 miles to the next aid station? And it took us 9 hours.
Wow.
Jeez.
9 hours to get to that next aid station. And we slept in places. We have pictures, several pictures. I had just got.
You were so sick and then so sleepy, just from being weak.
Yeah.
Throwing up so much. Yeah.
So I'm laying right in the middle of the trail. And I had already gotten sick over here. So I decided I'll get sick over here. And I rolled back on my back, and I remember laying there and like, I can't believe this. This is not a good way to end. But I said, quick, get a picture of me. So she got a good.
So I remember it.
Oh yeah, she got a good picture of me laying on that desk door. Got up and started moving again. Came out to a fire service road that is like how many miles? 5.4 miles.
Because you were so discouraged when you saw that
Yeah,
sign
it's like, what?
that said 5
We got
miles.
lost too a little bit during that night.
Yeah.
Went on some really gnarly trails that you could literally touch the side right here. And then on your right foot, it was straight. It was not straight down. It was on an angle down. You wouldn't be able to like stop if you fell off of it. And it was overlooking Piedmont, Alabama. So there's a section right there. If you're in Piedmont, you look toward those mountains. You can see that trail probably because it's an exposed area. It's really pretty, but it was neat.
Be nice in the daytime.
Yeah, it'd be nice in the daytime. It was dangerous. I mean, but it's amazing. Like she slid off her one foot and she like did Spider-Man on that incorrect, like laid there so she didn't fall. It was,
there were
so now I'm
many
walking with my
leaves
stick. Yeah.
that your foot would just slip on them.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just inches high of leaves.
Yeah. And we had to refill our water right there because we were out of water.
Oh, yeah. That's why they have the required gear. I mean, to be able to, filter water of some kind.
Yeah.
Do you think that had you filtered any water before that? Before you got sick?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think.
Right. I was going to say,
I
wondered if maybe you
I
got
don't think
like
I
some
had
trigonosis or something.
No.
But you just think
we'll
it's
call it
from the running.
trigonosis. It was whatever.
Yeah.
It was something bad.
I wasn't sure if you had filtered water.
Yeah, I don't
before
think
that.
so.
Okay.
I think that was the first time.
I don't remember you telling me you had.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we were both out of water. We had to fill that thing a couple
fun.
times.
I've been there a couple times running out of water. And that's something too to think about. Like you think, oh, it's 7 miles. Well, at what pace are you moving for 7 miles? Because 7 miles later on in a race. So if you think
that's
like,
slow.
well, the last 7 mile section, I got away with 600 mLs of fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, double that
Yeah.
because now you're going to have to,
And what time of day?
What time of
7
day?
miles at night versus 7 miles in the afternoon. Going to be very different.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
So then, so you're in like the lows of lows. Did you end up coming back to a second wind at all? Or did you pretty much finish like that?
Not at that point.
Okay.
No.
So it was just
It was
total grind fest.
It was.
Yeah.
Went into, I need to look at that aid station because it was mile 143. Yeah, it was, Hilltop Blue. I always get that one mixed up. You go up this fire service road for 5.4 miles and it's uphill. And it just keeps on going. It's so long. We slept right on the side of that road. And we're talking, there was a couple people camping on the side of the road. I mean, there was.
When he says we, there was no we in sleeping.
Well, I just fell out on the side of the road. It was crazy.
I was a little nervous because you're in the middle of nowhere. It's night. We have no gun.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a highway 55 that runs across the top of that.
Yeah.
And so there's vehicles. You can hear them up there. So
anybody.
I would never go sleep out here on a fire service road.
No.
But
well, the Pinhoti has dogs and questionable people.
Fuel on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did not sleep.
Yeah. Oh, good. Overwatch.
Made it to that Hilltop Blue.
Okay.
And I was glad to see that. Went into I ate some, went into sleep for 1 hour. And then now remember we talked about the cutoff? Cutoff is coming and we're still a little bit ahead. I wasn't really paying any attention to it. Stacy was. And so I went into sleep tent, said wake me up at like 7:45, I think it was. Or maybe 8:00. You had to be out of there by 8:30, or you had to be checked in by 8:30.
Yeah. At that point, we thought it was 8:30.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
We're talking, it's like close, close-ish when you're talking about 100-hour span. And so I get up and I asked for a bacon sandwich. Went in the aid station there, told my friend Brian, actually, I met him at the camp. He was there working it, going to sweep it after it was done. And he said, the only thing I have right now, I got bacon and bread. I said, well, I'll take a bacon sandwich. So I get that. He's working on that. I go out and I'm sitting in a chair right next to, I'm getting my stuff together, but I'm sitting in a chair and there's a fire right in front of me because it's a little chilly that morning. And there's a guy standing there and I don't know who he was, but he had a bib on and I really didn't pay attention if he was a 50 or if he was the 100 or 200 miler.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look up at him. I'm seeing there's a lot of activity going on at this aid station. And it's because it's getting close to that 8:30 cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're taking a computer down. There's a computer that was tracking everybody. And so I'm looking up at this guy and I was asking him how he's doing. And he was just kind of standing there. I said, how are you doing? And he goes, oh, I'm good. I DNF'd a while back. I'm just waiting for the aid station captain to break it down. I'm going to ride back with him. And I looked at him and he's got kind of a smile on his face, like it's okay.
He's happy.
Yeah, he was happy.
Yeah.
But I looked at that and in my mind, your mind will play tricks on you when we talked about it, depleted, when you're in pain or whatever. And so I'm thinking, okay, so DNF is not that bad. According to him, he's got kind of a smile on his face and he's okay with it. So I'm thinking, wow, that's something.
Yeah.
That's an option.
Yeah, that's one option. No. So then the aid station captain, the guy that's actually the guy that's cutting off everything, he's going at the end of these cutoffs, shutting everything down, telling, they're orchestrating.
They break it all down.
Moving truck there so they can load everything in it and move on down the road. So I'm standing up now because I'm curious about what's going on. And I said, is this aid station, is this closed, this aid station? He said, yeah. He said, it's closed. And I said, I was waiting on my bacon cheese or my bacon sandwich to come out. And, I said, but, is it are we past the cutoff? I finally asked the question, are we past the cutoff? And he said, yeah. Does that make your, decision easier? He's giving me, he was kind of being hard. I'm I just got done running 143 miles.
Give me a break.
Don't talk to me like that, Oh, no, but he was he was testing me now looking back on it to see where my head was. It was not a good spot.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anybody with me that was on my side. They are on your side. They want to see you finish.
Right.
They try to help you and all that. But he was testing me to see where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, like I said, I was not in a good spot. And pain, ready to just okay, yeah, but as soon as this is over, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can do this. Just being honest here. But
yeah.
So I said, I need to go get somebody. Cause I didn't answer his question. I wasn't no, yeah, that makes it easier. I didn't know. All I knew is I said, I need to go get Stacy.
Yeah.
Bring some sanity to the situation. Yeah. I can't make any decisions. She's supposed to be making my decisions for me. No.
She's my power of attorney.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm the POA.
Yeah. So I go over there. She's climbing out of the Jeep. I can see her in there, she's coming through the front because you can't open it.
Yeah,
on the
you
inside.
could, with that mattress,
nuts.
you can't get out the back. So
she's climbing out there, and I mouth to her. I'm he says, I'm done.
And I was oh no, he didn't.
Yeah. I could see I don't know if I should have said that.
Fire.
I had feathers coming out.
Talons.
Yeah.
So she gets out of the Jeep and I said, yeah, he said I'm done. I probably didn't say it like that. He says, I'm done.
Yeah. And you're
and she goes, who? And I said, him right there. So we go over there.
You walk away.
And I'm
go at it.
All the stuff was all my stuff was on top of the Jeep hood. And so I'm still finishing the last touches. Brian brings my sandwich out, hands it to me. So now I got this sandwich in my hand, my pole's right here. And Stacy is like, we were reading the instructions and we thought that you had to be checked into the aid station by 8:30. It didn't say anything about being checked out of it or anything like that. For all we know, we're like out of it. But I mean, I'm still standing
You could be at a portalette.
Yeah.
You know,
but you're
you
done
could be
at
back
the aid
at your
station.
vehicle getting stuff.
So he's like, are you ready to go? And I'm just standing there like a zombie. And he said, again, you got to think about like the night that led up to this was violent.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a rough night. So I'm standing there and he's like, if you're ready to go, get on the trail.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Did he say get out of here?
Yeah.
So I said, I just like turned and started heading whatever direction he told me.
Yeah.
Which was like, I know if we would have went down that road, it cuts right back into where it comes back in, but that's not the way to go.
Yeah.
Trails up the hill. And it continued up and down for a while. So Stacy is like getting all her stuff together. She forgot to shut the back door. We found out later to the Jeep. The guy shut it and he's like, he was debating on if he should. He couldn't lock it either. He said, because the key fob was in it somewhere. So he's debating on it. Do we take that Jeep to the next aid station or maybe they already have somebody arranged to get it. So he just left it. They packed up that aid station and left. Well,
I told him thank you, and he said, "Go get him, girl."
Yeah, didn't he?
So he gave me a fist bump, and that's really cool.
Yeah, good guy.
That's cool.
So,
like it's not often that you have somebody be that intense with you.
Oh yeah,
the race and
it's not part of your crew.
Yeah, it's not part of your crew. Yeah. He's not there to motivate you necessarily, and it didn't sound like he was really trying to motivate you one way or another. He was just being like,
matter of fact,
here's the facts. Choose your decision and pick one. Go.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
And that was probably at the point that you needed that. And a lot of people probably would have just followed right then and been like, well, this is it.
Yeah. And I was close.
Yeah.
So
Stacey,
close.
what was your interaction with the fella?
Too close.
Did you end up having a mama bear moment or?
No, I just told him. I mean, I thought you had to be into the aid station by 8:30, whatever time. And he made it very clear when they print that is what time you need to be out. But I think there's some gray area on that because we talked to several people after that, like aid station workers, and they said it is gray because how do they know you didn't go back to your car to get more clothes, strip some clothes? How do they know you're not in the bathroom? Yeah. So it's kind of
aid station.
Yeah.
It's
kind of
aid station.
They can't really confirm that, but I know they have to have those times in place so that for them they can break their stuff down and go. But he was very adamant, and I said, "We're getting out of here." He said, he kept saying, "Are you ready to go?" And like, yes, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
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 So we start up that trail, it was a fire service road, and Stacy started asking, she got a little bit ahead of me and she started asking me a question. I thought she was looking for an answer when you asked the question. And she like turns around and she says, I'm not asking for answers. I mean, you got really direct with me and you said, because, I gave her permission basically to be the crew chief and to like help me through this. So now it was time for me to actually listen to her.
Yeah.
I mean, I had all along, but this is where it was like, you need to hear this. She goes, I have some things I'm gonna tell you, and you just need to listen. And I'm not looking for an answer. So I was like, that's fine. I'm very compliant.
Been married 30 years.
I plan on being married longer. So I was like, oh, okay. She's fixing to kind of let me have it in a loving way of come to Jesus meeting of like, you need to
suck
get
it up, buttercup.
Yeah, I think you might have said it. You need to get your head back on straight and start thinking about. Anyway, she went through a list of a lot of things. I don't know. Did you write all this down ahead of time? No, it was like one thing after another, and I'm like, holy cow, this is like, when's it going to stop?
It was the pent up energy for the last 4 days.
I think so. She had gotten a good night of rest, but yeah, she just like basically brought the reality of the whole situation like back to center focus, and where I was thinking like, man, I'm in pain. I think I'm hungry, but I don't know if I should eat because I'm sick. And I was totally like elsewhere. I mean, I remember specifically going, like in my mind, going to the next aid station. It was Coleman Lake, and thinking, okay, when I get to Coleman Lake, if I get to Coleman Lake, where's that cutoff going to be then? You know what I mean? Like stuff like that just started like going through my mind. Anyway, so this was like, so now she's like asking me all these questions, and I'm just listening and really like taking it in. And I think it actually snapped me out of mentally a bad spot. And so like the biggest, the biggest takeaway I think from that particular incident was if you are, if you're down, let's say you're in pain, let's say you got a bad back and you're on pain meds, or you're doing some, you're trying to like suppress things that are hurting you. When it comes time to make a big decision or any decision, 100% chance you're going to make a wrong decision if you don't have somebody with you. So, I mean, that's with this team. And I think if you fast forward to the finish line, I'm thinking I'm standing there holding a belt buckle that one person had to get, but I would not have that at mile 143 without her, at mile 70 with you getting me through that section, at mile 123 where you picked me up, and or took me to, and then Braden and Hannah meeting on those. Braden took me through sections. He took me through a section he was not planning to take me through.
Yeah.
Because somebody else got sick. Hannah was not feeling well, and but without that team there to like keep you on the straight and narrow, you're gonna make a wrong decision. Accountability.
Yeah.
100%. You are gonna choose wrong.
That conversation that she had with you reminds me of on my 100 miler when we were going to the last aid station that I sat down at, and Nate was kind of just telling me how it was going to go when we got there. He wasn't really asking like, what do you want to do? It was a little bit of like, what do you need? What's going on? But this is how it's going to happen. You're going to sit down, you're going to eat, we're going to get you ready, and you're not going to sit down again after this. And I was just like, okay. Again, very compliant. Like,
like a little kid.
I trust you. I know you've got my best interest at heart, and at this point, I'll do whatever you say. But you need that. 100% you need that.
Yeah. I was mile 143. I said if I ever got a tattoo, it'd be like 143.
143?
Yeah.
It's a good number.
Yeah.
I think it's a prime number.
Huh?
I think it's a prime.
Is it a prime number?
43?
Anyway,
rabbit hole.
You better ask somebody.
And
friend.
I will say after that little talk, you threw down like your fastest 4 miles. I could not keep up with you.
It's not a prime. It's not a prime. I'm not good at math.
It was all by 11 and 13.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming into this, I will say I told you I can crew you, but there are 2 things I cannot do for you. I'm not going to be good at math, like figuring out times. You've got to be out of aid stations.
I don't know prime numbers. Thanks for throwing that one.
And the second one is directions. I said, you are on your own. I will get you lost. So you're going to need to know the course. And
yeah. I didn't make any wrong turns with Nate, Ryan, Braden.
Only with me.
Only with you. And I was in charge of directions at that point. That says a lot. It was funny. Yeah, we did talk about that. She's one of the things she did say. She said she was building me up. She tore me down.
Yeah,
and then she built me back up.
Yeah,
and she said, she said, there's 2 things that you knew. If there was somebody that could actually finish this thing, it would be you, me. And if there's somebody that can get you to finish it, it would be you. And that, it ended up being true to a point. It ended up being true. She's, she just was not going to let me make a bad decision when I was in a bad place. And man, what could you ask for?
Full circle though. Think about the beginning of our conversation. she essentially initiated you to make a huge life change. And then that it just took that little prodding from your wife, and then you're in a low point in this race. You can metaphorically put it wherever, and it takes that Proverb 31 wife to kind of kick you into high gear. Like, so that's what's so cool about the sport of ultra running is just the life lessons and everything that are revealed in those times. There's nothing like it to voluntarily put yourself into a position to where it hurts that much. Like, it's all voluntary.
It is. It's voluntary. None of this. That's what I always try
none
to go
of us
back
have
to.
chains on our feet. We're not, it's literally voluntary, and we're choosing to do it to be stronger and better. So
much growth happens in those low points.
Yeah.
You learn so much about yourself. You learn about your weaknesses. You learn about your strengths, but it makes you into a better person.
Yeah.
Physically, spiritually, mentally.
Mm-hmm.
So
and when you get to go through that low point with somebody, not being the person in that low point, man, it really ties you guys together in a different kind of way. It's
yeah.
I think you told one of our sons that this should be part of premarital counseling. You should have to do a 200-mile race and see if you really want to go through marriage.
I think a lot less people get married.
Yes. He said, I don't think so.
I think the percentages go way up.
Yeah. I have a
finishers.
You guys have a daughter. I have a concept. This is to this point, right? I was thinking, like, when my daughter gets to an age where she's like interested in these things called boys. Bless it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I was like,
wonderful.
I want to almost take that dude and like do a 50-miler with him but I want my daughter to do it first, like do a 50 or something, something that's challenging for her, and then take him through it. It's like a rite of passage.
Yeah, it's like,
is that a good idea?
My daughter did. Oh, it's a great idea.
Is it?
My daughter, because then you can say, hey, my daughter did a 50-miler.
Yeah, suck it up.
You don't want to do this?
How bad do you want my daughter?
I mean, Lauren and I, my daughter, I think she was 15.
15 or 16.
Yeah.
She did.
We did the Rite of Passage with 307 Project.
Yeah.
And it's a 24-hour hike. And you learn team stuff, how to work as a team, 2 different squads. And then you have a swim buddy. So you got somebody right behind you or beside you that is your swim buddy. And anyway, you work together. So Lauren and I did that, and I didn't know it, but her goal was to like not complain one time, not voice any complaint for the 24 hours. Once it started to the next day when we stopped, 24 hours later.
That's awesome.
And I didn't know that was her goal. It was her secret goal that she had set for herself. And she made it through that with that. I never heard any complaints at all.
Wow.
Now, I voiced a few, during this. I mean, it was it's painful. If you've never just walked for 24 hours straight, that is a hard thing to do. Huh?
It is.
I know. I mean, we've all done it, actually.
He's laughing because we walked.
Yeah. But just the high points and low points you go through together, and that's something that her and I can always look back on and say, we did a lot of growing there. I mean, and now, she's done 100 and a 50 and things that a 20-year-old, probably a lot of 20-year-olds have never even attempted.
Females.
Yeah.
What a remarkable thing, though, that just shows how you guys raised her in the first place, that she made that goal for herself. Neither of you set that goal for her. She made it for herself and kept it to herself until after the fact. That's impressive. I mean, most 16-year-olds aren't going to go out and say, I'm going to do this hard thing and I'm not going to complain about it. And I'm not doing it to impress anyone. It's for me. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's really
good. There was no, it was kind of neat when you said that, not to impress anybody. You didn't have a watch or a phone or nothing no pictures, nothing to like take away from it.
Wow.
Because it was literally for you to figure out what you're out there to learn about yourself.
So it's not on Strava?
So it didn't even happen.
It didn't happen.
Didn't even happen.
Nah. But yeah, that's really, that's neat. So yeah, doing like something really hard together is, it reveals things. And that little section there, that 4-mile section, I think I did 4 miles in an hour.
Yeah.
It put us well ahead of the cutoff where we didn't really even have to worry about a cutoff until the very end.
Yeah.
Back on track.
Yeah, back on track. So it was like a total mental shift because my body wasn't physically ready to do any of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, and if you hear like 15-minute mile, that's like, oh man, I can walk backwards doing that, you know. But when you're ways down the
late in
road
the race,
and you like factor in the sleep situation, it's just
You're working
different.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can do a 15-minute pace for 24 hours, you've got almost 100. That's 96 miles.
Yeah.
You know, everybody would be happy to try to do that, you know.
Yes.
Be thrilled with that pace.
So
coming out of that, Stacy, did you give him back to Braden at that point, or were you with us?
got to Coleman Lake.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I did 20-some, or no, I think that was like a 30-mile stretch,
Yeah.
and then gave him back to Braden. Somehow, yeah,
Braden got me for another 11 miles, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, I would leave him at an aid station if I weren't running with him, and then I would drive directly to the next aid station. Part of it was so that I needed that time in case I got mixed up
and
lost
sleep, maybe.
and sleep. And I just did not want to miss him at the aid station. So I would drive to the next one. So, and that's where like you guys were great about like sending me texts about what he needs. We're coming into it. We got a couple miles left or whatever. He needs this and this. So or he wants this, you know. Early on, he was hungry and would say what he wanted. And then later part of the race, we would tell him what he was going to eat.
Eat this.
I will say, though, that the aid stations, we noticed like in the beginning, they were awesome, so much food. Toward the end, it was like slim pickings.
Because you got 100 milers running through there, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
bunch of greedy fresh boys.
When you're bringing up the
rear
tail end of this thing,
caboose.
Nobody knows what a back of the Packer goes through.
More like PB&J's.
They're the toughest ones out there.
That's right. That's what we said.
Yeah.
Getting the most bang for your buck.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But Braden has always been awesome, like with math stuff and like figuring out so he gave me strict orders. Mom, he's got to be in by such and such time. He'll have this much time at the aid station. You got to be out by such and such time.
Nice.
So, he knows how I am. I'm not good with math. So he would give me, that. And so he ran with you for the next little bit so I could sleep for a couple hours.
He's like a machine though. He just like kept us on track. He would always ask me, have you probably be a good time to eat now? I mean, he is my son, so he can't say, Dad, eat now.
Yeah.
So he would ask me, he said, probably a good time to eat now. Probably a good time to drink. I'd always try to beat him to it. Yeah. But and then he would like he tried to distract me. I said, did you have a bunch of stuff written down? Anyway, he would ask me questions just like just general life questions or like we like to hunt. So I was like, is there anything that you want to go hunting anymore? I was like, no, I just want to hunt the end of this finish line.
He's like trying to distract you.
He was distracting me. And now looking back on it, I was like, okay, I can see he was doing that and he did a good job at it. Mm-hmm. He's a solid, he's a great wingman. If you ever need somebody to pace you, I would pick him too.
I love how you said he's like a machine. That's a perfect description of Braden. Like he just turns on and turns off. When you need him, he turns on and he just does it.
Yeah.
Just like everything that you guys have done with him, he just gets, I feel like thrown
sucked into it. Yes.
Even the Punch Out Ultra, he wasn't supposed to run that with your team.
Yeah.
And then he got thrown in the week of, and he just went out there and did it.
It's a good sport.
Yeah, he is.
And light switch on, light switch off.
He's a good athlete. He can do stuff at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
I mean, so just back to a great team. He got me to phase blowdown. I think it was like 2 sections before the end. And then I think I slept there for a little while. I don't know. I can't remember how long.
I will say, like, before, Mark would have thought it would have been gross to go into a sleep tent and sleep where somebody else's sweaty body has laid.
Yeah.
But he had no problem. They would put a blanket over him.
Where do I go? Right there.
It's just like a little kid, lay down here on your cot.
Here's a pillow.
Yeah.
Normally I would go like did you change that?
Sure beats the side of the road, though.
Well,
Yes.
it does. So,
Yep.
your perspective changed.
That boy you don't care.
Yep.
No.
So you did
I was
great.
like, oh, man, that feels perfect.
Yeah. Ow.
It's like how many hands have been in that bowl of M&Ms at the age?
Yes.
Oh,
I
man.
don't care. How many?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, so slept just a little bit and then got up, and now Stacy's going to take me the last 20 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Lost Gulch, which is a non-crew. You can't, your crew can't
Access.
leave you there. Like you can't leave a pacer there,
Yeah.
and you can't pick up a pacer. There's no crew access. So it's because it's on the side of a road, and it's be dangerous.
And no drop bags.
No drop
So
bags there.
You got what they've got there is all
That's it.
That's all your options.
So you got a 20 mile stint with aid at, was that 8 miles?
Mm-hmm.
Or not? Oh, no, that was 12. 12 miles to
Yes.
Lost Gulch.
And then
8-ish.
9-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want to make sure you get over 200 miles.
Yeah.
It's
a 202-mile race.
Yeah. It's like, what is it? 203.10 is what
203, that's right.
is what they have on there. But I don't know, my Garmin says like 205.
Yeah, you got
We did
some extra.
we got some bonus free miles,
Yeah.
especially in that last little
Get your
section.
money's worth.
Mhm.
She and I are navigating. I'm sleep deprived. She's
Also
Directionally.
deprived.
navigator.
Deprived.
And she's deprived too. She's sleep
Yeah.
deprived, food, everything. And so we get to that last one, and I didn't know it. She didn't tell me, but she is like starting to go through a bad spot. We took a little wrong turn. You know, you can be on the trail, see flags, and be going the wrong direction.
Mhm.
Have you ever done that?
They do work both ways.
Yeah. So next time I'm going to recommend that you put the flags on one side or the other, so that if you have the presence of mind, you know, if the flags are on your
Right.
you're going, and there should be on your left, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't have to worry with.
Well, I mean, you get tired.
Mm.
Yeah.
Your brain does weird
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. So we backtracked for a little ways just to make sure we were on the right trail, and then we turned around and started going back. So we made some wrong turns.
The fact that you still had the mental whereabouts to know that you were going the wrong direction on the right trail
Yeah.
is shocking, honestly, at that point in the race, that you're like, wait a second, we've been here before. Because it all looks the same.
It looks the
does.
same, man.
Oh my goodness. And they had just done a
Wild.
controlled burn
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
So
when I went through that.
everything is just,
Yeah.
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So you get back on the trail and go the right direction towards the finish line this time.
yeah, we got 9. The guy said it says 8.6 miles, but it's not 10. He said, but it's not 8.6.
Okay.
So it's somewhere in the 9 some range. And we start going along, and she starts getting nauseated.
I did not have one of my water bottles coming into this. So, and I
Was it
looked
not that?
around for it, never found it. And so I was down to, like, I only could use one water bottle.
Mm.
Well, come to find out, somebody had put it in his bag, like
Yeah.
it was empty, but it was stuffed down in his bag. So I didn't have enough water, and it was in the 80s that day,
Yeah.
really warm and just,
And exposed.
Yeah.
Out exposed area.
That's tough, because even that night, you said it was still cool.
Mhm.
So you're still
Yeah.
dealing with the big temperature
Yeah.
swings.
yeah.
Yeah. So when it's cooler, you don't drink as much.
Mhm.
And then it doubles up when it starts heating up. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, now I'm really behind.
Yeah.
And yeah, it can sneak up on you. So it did. It got her. And so now, like, come full circle from mile 143 to now, and she's laying in the trail, and I'm looking over her going, we didn't come all this way to.
You couldn't even say it without
I
laughing.
could. I tried to. And she's laying on the trail, and she's like, she kind of smiled. She said, this is so ironic.
Yeah.
That was
So
great.
now she's going through what I had been through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every creek we came to, we
Yeah, we take our
took
hat off. put
poured over us.
yeah.
And it was so hot.
It was refreshing, the
Yeah.
cold water, but
So at one point, I had her pack.
yeah, who's running this
the
race?
pole,
He's got my
her poles,
yes.
my poles. And then I said, honey, we have to go, because Braden's sending me texts back and forth. And he's like, y'all are doing good. You got 4 miles. 4 miles. You know how far that
Yeah.
is? That's a long way.
Yeah, it is.
And I would
Especially with
say,
somebody laying in the trail and you're
that's
like,
an hour
you
and a
got
half.
1.5 hours or something to go.
Yeah.
like we talked about Mount Cheehaw, like if we had just gone there to hike it, we would have loved it
Mhm.
and it would not been that big of a deal. But the placement of it after
Yeah.
this race and lack of sleep and all that, it's like a hike.
Yeah.
It was really up there. Just climbing that at the end of this race was legit.
Yeah. Wow.
It's like a good metaphor for life. How like
Mhm.
sometimes things can come into your life that would be a big challenge, but maybe you're in a really good spot.
Yeah.
And it's not such a big deal.
Mhm.
But if you're
Mhm.
already kind of in the low point
Mhm.
and then you get hit with something, it can really
Yeah.
throw you off and
Yep.
make that mountain seem a lot bigger than it really is.
Yeah.
See, you do learn life lessons on it.
You do.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's serious.
I remember climbing it, and there were so many points that you would go down, and I kept saying, "I hate this," because it's like what goes down, you got to go back up
Yeah.
now, and yeah, it's like all that work to have climbed and then go down and go back up.
At one point, I knelt down. I was like, put my hands on my knees, and I said, "Honey, you got to get on my back because we got to go." And she goes, "No." I said, "Well, you got to finish." So, and all these people, I say all these people, it was my mom, dad, and Kim were up there. Hannah and Braden, they were up there at that finish line. Hannah sent a picture of the finish line, said, "This is what's waiting for you." And so they were really motivating us to try to get to that line. And I'm looking at the clock, and I don't know where she
Had to rally.
gutted it out and hiked for a solid mile. And then had to sit down. Had to sit down. That was a big deal because it was like 100 yards, 200 yards, and then a rest, and then because she was in a really bad place, and at this point, I'm not even thinking about me anymore because I'm just worried that she's about her.
I'm going to keep you from the finish line.
Yeah. But anyway, we get to this to the end of there's a big kind of outcropping of rocks and stuff out there, and then they built a big like a walkway or whatever, so you can go out there and overlook. And we get to that point, and we're like, okay, we're finished. It's like a quarter of a mile from the finish because that's a long boardwalk. We just walk forever through this tree section and rocks and stuff. And then we met up with Braden and Hannah. They were there. They took some pictures of us. And our Pete, the camera guy, the cameraman, he lived out in the woods for 5 days taking pictures of all of us. And he had a big long beard and everything. He's what inspired mine.
Nice.
But anyway, he was great. And he had no shirt on, and he was sweating out there taking pictures right to the end. And anyway, he at the end of it, we held hands as we walked across. Well, we held hands for a long time, but we walked across that finish line, and we were done. So that was we had plenty of time, 15 minutes or something spare.
Amazing.
So that was a blessing to be able to finish that race.
It's amazing.
And have her, family there at the end. So that was.
Did you know that your parents and sister were going to be there?
Yeah, they'd been there for 2 days.
Okay. But you were aware that they were there waiting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know if that was a surprise for you.
No, they said they were on their way, but they were leaving on Saturday. I said, I don't know. You may want to wait till Sunday. Because I think we're going to need all of it. But yeah. I kidded with them about waiting for 2 days for us.
Stacy, would you have strategized anything differently for this race from a pacer standpoint? And because obviously you put yourself in kind of a precarious situation as a crew pacer.
Yeah, I think that we talked about that the crew chief does not need to run, walk, hike, whatever, as much as I did.
Yeah.
It's a lot to be out of sorts and, to be there for every aid station, which meant not getting good sleep. And in fact, I'm already sleeping in the Jeep. So, and then to run all that and to make sure he's got everything he needs.
Actually, what she did was harder. All I had to do was get in a line.
I wouldn't say that, but I just think
different kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's a little much to crew be over all that, and then to run, I think it was
Pace,
like
yeah.
50 some miles.
Not to
Yeah.
throw Hannah under the bus, but that wasn't the plan for you to run as much as you did.
Yeah,
with
she
him,
was
right?
going to with him, and then something upset her stomach.
Yeah.
So
Well, she had ran like 14 miles earlier that.
yeah.
She's
Sounds like
training.
she would have fit
Yeah.
right in on the train.
Oh yeah, she definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there was something because like when Braden passed him off to me
yeah.
that night, Braden was like, "I don't feel so good."
Hmm.
So, and
Everybody.
trail
Yeah.
running,
Yeah.
it's not if you get sick,
It's when.
it's when.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
So-
even the great. I mean, some of
Yeah.
the fastest, greatest runners out there, they're like,
Your
my
stomach's going to
stomach
turn.
is going to turn. I just don't know when.
I
Mhm.
mean,
So
you
you
just
try to
eat.
push it as far down the road as you possibly can.
You eat
Hopefully
such
go
a
after.
combination of foods, and then just the jarring of your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when do you normally eat like a breakfast burrito, a burger, a quesadilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
you know.
all the salt, like
Yes.
and everything.
So
And
Yeah.
Ibuprofen thrown in there too.
too much
Yeah.
for a tummy.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I could do it again, I probably would try to have other people run more so that I could be more for him
Yeah.
and not worried
Yeah.
about me.
I think we all look back and realize that we could have done some stuff different.
Yeah.
I mean, even as pacers, I could have taken more water when I went out with you, made sure that we could have filled up with your
Yeah. I
lifestyle
think
thing.
I was thinking
We
back
crossed
to that.
creeks.
I mean, I had a filter.
Yeah.
Why
It
didn't
never
we
crossed
cross
my
creeks?
mind.
Why didn't I fill them up?
Mm-hmm.
Experience.
next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If you
Yeah.
Next time.
experience
Yeah.
helps.
Well, I
Next
mean,
one.
next creek I come to.
Yeah.
Next week I come to. So that was my next question, actually. What's next?
Oh,
What are you
man.
doing now?
We have several marathons coming up.
You got to back it up and ask, what have you done since? Because
Yeah.
you haven't just sat around since
Well,
200.
Before she knew that I had signed up for the 200, we're out camping
in December.
in December.
When
Oh, yeah. Right during your race.
Oh, January.
or
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
Oh, so it must not have been
Yeah.
that because it was December. I signed up.
Was it?
Yeah.
And well, we're
We
trying
were
to look
camping.
through our coming up year calendar or whatever. And so you didn't know at that point that I had signed up for the 200. So we signed up for a marathon, St. Louis Marathon, like 3 weeks after the race. So I was thinking, I wasn't thinking. So
I was thinking, I wasn't thinking.
she was thinking I was going to do the 100, and then I would be able to walk or whatever the marathon. So that's what we've done since last weekend. We did
The
a
St. Louis
marathon in St.
Marathon.
Louis.
Man.
They didn't have any quesadillas, did they?
No,
One.
I joked that
Wow.
he was going to come to the aid stations and they
Very
wouldn't have
disappointed.
chairs. He
Yeah,
couldn't
it
meet
was-
everybody.
Yeah.
It was very disappointing.
That's
Electrolytes and water. And
Yeah.
one of the things I really like about the ultra community is that you can, since you're out there for so long, you can actually meet people and you can
Yeah.
yeah.
get to know him. Like he said,
Good
he's
people.
been in touch with a couple guys since, at the marathon, you're out there like just a few hours and you're trying to get a fast time. So you're not really talking to people,
Right.
Yeah.
and getting to know them and establishing a relationship with them. So it's a lot more
Yeah.
laid back. And I do like that
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
ultra community.
A lot of great people.
It's pretty
It
awesome.
is fun.
Yeah.
I'm in a Cocodona running group,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you're in that one too.
I am.
So anyway,
Hopefuls.
people are
Yeah.
asking questions on there. These are people that are fixing to go run a 250-mile race.
Some of the questions are ridiculous.
I mean,
Some of them are.
they are. I wasn't going to say that,
No,
But-
they are.
but like some of them seem very basic. But
Yeah.
these might be people that have maybe done a 100 or a 50 or something.
Yeah.
There's some people sign up for some crazy distances
Yeah.
that maybe they should step, like a stair step or whatever.
Yeah.
But they take the information. They're not afraid to ask a question,
That's true.
and
that's
they
true.
don't get. There's no like real haters on there. Like, are you kidding? You're going to run this race and you don't know the answer to that question.
Sure. Yeah.
But so everybody, just my very minimal experience, I've been able to answer a few of the questions. Just
yeah.
something that worked for me or whatever, and
Mhm.
people aren't afraid really to
Yeah.
chime in and ask.
That is
ask a
true.
question.
Yeah. I mean, like some like crazy questions. It more or less caught me off guard
Oh yeah,
that they were asking those types of questions.
getting
like,
ready to run
a
a
month out.
race in a month.
That's
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
thing. Like
Yeah,
the question, cool. That's fine. That's what those forums are for. I'm like, hey, dude, you got like 30 days to the start line. And now you're asking about clothing?
Or charging
or trying to try new gels and stuff. You're like, you really don't have time to experiment with a lot of
stuff. The biggest one that made me think, because I've always liked that cocodona ever since Chad Wright. When he ran that, that's when I like noticed it. I was like, holy cow, that's neat. So that was before I did any ultras or anything. I was looking way down the road, but this guy asked a question about do I take a blanket with me? Because it's big temperature swings.
Yeah.
And the one guy replied, I always get in my bivy because of the scorpions. And I was thinking like right then, maybe I'll pick a different race in the future.
You have to do the cocodona when you retire.
That's got to be the last one.
Because it's a 401k.
Is that what?
Sorry, that was a bad joke. Yeah. 250 miles is 400 kilometers.
That's right. Is it really 401k? That's good.
Yeah, I love it.
That's a good dad joke. Yeah. Anyway.
Mark, what is this that you have in front of you?
Man, I got some
paperwork here.
Yeah, it's all my paperwork. You guys wore this bib for all those miles, and you would switch it off.
Pacer bib.
You could only have one pacer at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So a very a neat concept. I've seen some races where you got a couple people running with you, but you get one-on-one time. And so you guys wrote some things on here. I won't read them out, but some things that we went through together. And also you put in there your mileage. So Nate, you did 33 miles, Ryan 21, Braden did 35, Stacy 50. And you each wrote down little things that went along with either something we went through or something that you had thought about during the race, and then spoke them in, to me. And I just listened to it. Rarely did I have a good comeback other than for yours. Because I've used it so many times since.
Oh, really? Good. That's awesome.
It's kind of a funny one. You want to share it?
That's fine. You go ahead. You read it all.
Okay. It's good for you.
It's good for you.
So we've kind of incorporated that into something that we've done, or that as a little saying that we say, but
that's cool.
I learned a whole lot. And anyway, so that came with me. This note was written by Hannah. It was to Papa P. And Stacy gave it to me at mile 143. So, she had even written that on there. Oh wait, did you write that on there? Mile 143. That's when you were supposed to give it.
She did.
She
wrote that.
Yeah. So she'd even written it on there. So it wasn't pre-planned.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't pre-planned that Stacy would be with me at that bad point in the race.
Yeah.
For me. So totally a God thing that all these things showed up. Some of the stuff she put in here was a reiteration of something that a verse that you had given me, Psalm 23. And she wrote something about that. So I mean, there was so many cool little things that were woven throughout that, and then just some other stuff. But anyway, tattered and torn, but a true pacer bib right there.
Yeah, it was on the backs of a few people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's
so
cool.
it was just it was a great experience. I'd highly recommend it for you guys.
It's on the radar.
Yeah,
it's on the radar.
So, but yeah, it was, and to have my parents there to be able to see that was so cool.
That's awesome.
And my sister, and they've always been like, what do you call that? I mean, running like a long distance, and I know y'all have all dealt with it, even with like marathons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all haven't, but people think you're a little off. Why would you go do that?
Yeah.
And but even when I tell my mom, hey, I'm running the 200 miler, she's like, oh no, but she's always supportive of it. She's like, man, well, I know you can do it, but it's just such a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny with and really probably to wrap it up, I don't know, I could talk a long time about this stuff and like all the things that I learned, but basically, I mean, when you're gonna like set out to do something that is hard in your mind, there's a lot of people that can't even imagine. Like conceive of what that looks like to do. And so they like dismiss it. They don't, they're like, no, that's not for me. So they never do get to experience like something really hard. I've asked people in my office, like, have you ever like done something that you don't think you can do? And a lot of times people just, the answer is no, I would never do something I don't think I could do.
Yeah. Why would you start that? Yeah.
Yeah. So just a lot of little things that you get out of running or just doing anything really hard, you know.
It's really cool, man. Really happy for you, and just tickled that you got your finish, and an amazing journey. And thanks for walking us through that. And thank you also, Stacy, for coming on with us and sharing your perspective and through the lens of a patient wife and a crew chief. So,
Crew chief.
Yeah, more emphasis on patient wife.
It was fun. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah. So on to the next adventure. But for today, we're going to say goodbye on this episode of the Suffer Up podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening in on this episode of the Southern States 200 with our guests, Mark and Stacy. Please stay tuned every Monday for a new episode here on Suffer Up. Please continue to follow, like, subscribe, share, get plugged in with us as we are going to continue to grow and produce more content for you guys. Again, get in our link tree as well and check out our Run Red 26 that we'll also be doing in June, and more info to follow on that. We love you all and thanks so much. And as always,
Suffer up.